When you said Death Pact, I was thinking fucking the artist.
I should probably do the job
Never,
of
nothing like
Ah, welcome. Welcome. Okay, so this is episode. What was this? Episode 40
40 something.
of Parallax of Xenocrotes. Did some combat, did some not combat. I think we all ended on a long rest. But don't take my word
click
for
that
it.
button.
Let me just fix this quick because I noticed the thing. Alrighty, and hello everybody.
Hello.
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 Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Found those good.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Hello, world.
You said we got a
We
long
are
rest?
back.
Yes.
Hitting that button.
Gladys, you're gonna give the recap?
Yep. So we started off mid-fight the couple sessions ago with the giant centaur, minotaur, the giant skellies, the sword breakers, all that. We killed all of that, and then Andreas spotted that someone was we were being watched. Goes up to them, probably scares the shit. Actually, we all scared the shit out of them because it goes from giant alien looking thing to then her bow being smacked against the wall out of her hand. But then turns out I forgot what's her name, but it was from Lysander's Lost Party. I forgot her name though. What was her name? Aja?
Wow, even I'm blanking it now too.
Lysandra?
No.
Lysandra?
Lysandra.
Lysandra?
Yeah,
Is that her name?
Lysandra.
Yeah. She.
Lysander and Lysandra. Man, there's so many fucking L's.
I mean, keep taking them. Look at us. We're
Right.
just now. So
Sandra.
Sandra.
Oh, Sandra. That's it.
Yes, Sandra.
So she led us to this like town where we are now. I think you described it as it's basically like in a cavern. Was it? You said to me, or
No.
no? Okay, I thought it was.
He described it as the ruin, as the it had very similar
Oh yeah, it's the
to
ruined
that
village.
ruined area of the town.
But I didn't know if we were in a cavern. That's what I was questioning.
No, we're still out in the open.
Right. So we come into the inn with food, room and board, just basically paid for us. There's some interesting folks. I mean, there's a Goliath that was just sleeping outside of the inn. There is a Leonin Fisher. And that's kind of where we are now. I don't think there was any really significant chatter. It was very much downtime, well deserved downtime.
Okay.
And that's where we are now.
Pretty much.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think this is
So
where
we haven't
we were
talked
gonna wake
to
up.
Lysandra much?
Not really. I mean,
No.
we found out who she was and like pretty much was like, what the hell? You know, like everyone thinks that you're dead because she was as Daniel had said, that she was watching us. And when we told her that we were part of, or like we knew Lysander and the rest of the group, she was like a lot less alert.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. She kind of accepted us a little bit more and was like, oh, then let's get you out of here and take you somewhere safe for the time being.
Get the food.
Gotcha.
And I'm pissed because I still didn't get my oil.
Still need to get your what?
My oil. Almost was like going to everyone like,
Not yet, but you will.
Oil.
Oh yeah.
Oil.
Yeah. Church's brother, who was playing Thorny for the last session, went and like talked to like the Leon and fisherman and was like, hey, you got like fish oil? Looking for fish oil.
Why do we need fish?
For me, and also Thorny's got a lantern. I forgot exactly what it did, but I know it's a magical one.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And that's where we are now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, because it was a reaction. The oil was mostly for Alamos and repairs and whatnot. Because you guys went from combat to here. She led you down into the town where you guys were kind of surprised. The town looks like very similar setup to the destroyed part of Bruxus.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
one part of the town that's all destroyed
I
and
got fire.
burnt up and stuff like that. Yep.
Yeah, fire area.
Yeah.
But a lot of the same buildings, positions, everything like that you guys remembered is set up here.
So can we find the warehouse where we fought in and see if there's anything useful in there then?
Oh, the one with the child.
So yeah, the one that had the child. Maybe see
The
if we
child
can
that
actually
wasn't
find
a
anything. Yeah. No, I'm messing around. No, I won't take anything
Actually, I
unless
think if it was any of them, it would be this one. Uh,
right.
try to
But yeah,
vaguely remember
early
that.
you guys
Yeah.
wake up in the morning. If you haven't already, you can apply a long rest.
Yeah.
First thing I did.
Hear the birds. Hear the birds.
Because you
Oh my
guys
God,
basically
she's
were
so
shown.
plastic.
You guys were shown the tavern. He bought you guys all different rooms, but you paid for food and drink. So you guys ate hearty, drank hearty, and then passed out.
Yeah. we
Only
did it.
for we'll wait till morning to do anything explicitly.
I got a question, Tim. Once you're done,
Sure.
when we've been outside in the swamp, in the mornings when we wake up or after our long rests, what was kind of the ambiance, like sounds like the animal noises that we would normally hear versus like what do we hear, like more like sunshine, birds chirping in this area, because you described like this area as like
Very
no
much so.
fog and like a lot more
Okay.
sunny.
Yep. You guys go to bed or wake up in the morning hearing like the chickens, pigs, and the different. You hear carts moving around town, people talking outside. It's very compared to the ambiance that you guys have had since leaving Bruxus. This is like night and day.
Yeah. Okay.
It is so different.
How did we get led here exactly? Like,
So
well,
after the graveyard fight, you guys just finished fighting and killing everybody.
Yeah. And she just
Someone
left.
noticed someone sneaking around watching you
Right.
guys.
oh no,
Uh,
I just meant specifically just
She just
like
led
we're
us
in
here.
this
That's
non-fog.
yeah.
She just led us here. Okay.
Yeah. People were asking her lots of questions, and she said, "How about we head back to the village and we'll get you guys some rest and whatnot," and brought you guys here.
Do we
what
still have
brought
that
her
key?
Yes, I think we do, Tim. I'm not too sure. What actually, what we forgot to mention, what brought her to finding us was your wall of fire there, Al.
Yeah,
I
the
leave
fucking
beacons,
the
great.
beacon of light.
She's like, yeah, like the people in the town like saw the wall of fire. Were like, hey, we need to go check that out. So she's like, okay, I'll go check it out for you guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
that might be a problem if left unchecked.
It's like
Right,
fucking
just there's fire up
Because they
there. There's a
describe
lot of
because
fire.
she described that from the town to the graveyard. The graveyard's like quite a ways away, but it's on the other side of the hill. So
Okay.
they were seeing this what seems to be lights of
yeah.
fire and combat right over the hill. And so everyone's like, and she's like,
Beacons
don't worry,
are
I'll go scout it.
Yeah.
Timmy, that reminds me of the one time fucking Ravine
Awesome.
stepped and then here came Cryovane.
Right? I am here, smack. Okay.
Hey, I'm glad helped in that capacity. It was either that or it was going to be Fireball.
But
Which,
in compared to trying to sleep or camp in the jungle where everything was all fiery and chaotic,
Yeah.
or kind of like nightmarish in sounds and creatures and things off in the distance. This is like, holy shit,
You said it's like
This is
exactly
nice.
the same as that
It's
burned section
sanctuary.
of town.
Correct.
Yep.
Like exactly.
Yep.
That's what he keeps saying. Yep.
I'm trying. Kaitos doesn't have the highest intelligence. Al is very intrigued by this.
But you all
Like
eventually
process is like trying to figure out like how the fuck it survived too. Like he's intrigued too, but
Because the burnt buildings are still there, right?
timey wimey magical shit.
I wonder. So, did we ever get an actual reasoning as to why the fire started, or just started, or did what's his name attack? Did Xenocrates attack that section of town?
it was during that attack that Xenocrates launched.
Okay. Yeah, I want to talk to Elf about that because that's just intriguing. That's
Yeah.
exactly the same. 'Cause my brain is trying to think like, did Xenocrates wish it get recreated? Did it like somehow magically get teleported out? Did Lysander do something with it? Because Lysander was pulling some major power off those ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if like maybe part of the attack was Lysander trying to protect that section of town and somehow like made a copy or something. I don't know. Listen, Kythos shoots things, and it's really good at mind control. This is not his wheelhouse. But yeah, I mean, once awake and whatever, once I'm done dealing with, we've been in a foggy, damp climate. How damp is this kind of climate? Like we've been in the foggy woods. Is it drier here?
Drier, nice breeze, warm, especially with the sun out.
So yeah, Kythos is probably fighting with his mane for a good like half hour to an hour.
Compared of where you have been, this is practically paradise.
Yeah, so went from super damp, foggy, thick swamp type area to drier, breezier. So yeah, Kythos is just fighting fucking mane. Yeah. It's too bad. I might find somebody who has prestidigitation to help.
You
Should be
know
fine.
a couple of people that do that.
Yeah.
Because how do you think Jax keeps himself looking so nice?
That's probably what happens. This Kythos like fights with it for a good like 15 minutes. It's like, fuck this.
I can give you a haircut.
Not a hair.
I have these really fancy shears that I made them electrical shears. They're supposed to be these really fancy, help with haircuts, making them easier.
Also, ends your life easier.
Yeah,
Kythos-
starts on fire.
Kythos
Right?
previously- right. Kythos previously would like braid it down or whatever when fighting a bunch and whatnot, just to keep it out of the way. But like, you've been in the woods. It doesn't matter. What you
Given
do.
where you guys have been, you've taken the braids out and it's just poof and craziness.
Much
and-
volume. So yeah, Jax gets a knock up the stairs like
Poofy.
prestidigitate.
we all see this where Kythos just goes boom, and you're just like, ah,
No.
it's a poodle.
Yeah,
Poof.
knock. I was like, God, okay. And then just
Can I brush your hair?
no. No. Have you fed your armor this morning?
No.
Can I
Sorry.
pet a kitty?
Yeah.
I really want to pet a kitty.
I'll do that. I'll feed my point of armor.
Such a fluffy kitty.
Blood in the
Can I please
armor.
pet you? You look fluffy.
But
if you
as
pet
you guys
him, he's gonna kill
you guys come out of your room to rooms to
Next
come
time I
down.
polymorph into a cat, you can pet me.
Yay! Thank you.
So as you
Next
guys,
time I have the spell slot for something like that.
so as you guys come out of your rooms and come down the tavern, you'll notice a couple of things. Protec, your case of bottles have been
Yes.
filled up and resealed, and
Heck yeah.
there's a little note that said that's really weirdly spelled out Protec because he didn't know how to spell it.
That's fine. I don't
Neither
either.
does
So there's like Protex, cross out, Protec, cross out, Protec.
I
really
fully
big
assume
guy.
the majority of the party has all been told different spellings of Protect's name at this point. Nobody knows who's right.
Yeah,
It is
well, at one
Protect.
point I could have spelled it in Dwarven, but I forgot how.
That's fine.
There's also, as you guys are coming down, Sandra's there. She's purchasing you guys some more, like, food, breakfast, and whatnot, so you guys can eat something in the morning.
Yep.
Yes.
Couple of people come in and out. They're dropping off stuff. Different farmers come in with, a couple of different crates of, like, fresh produce and meats and this, that, and the other thing. And keeper's like, all right, put it in the back. We'll get it on the bit in the morning. You could clearly tell that, like, the tavern is like a good focal point where after everyone's done for the day, they go there to get their meals and stuff like that.
Right.
Most of the time. And so very, very community based, the farmers will bring stuff so that they can eat and whatnot. And as you guys are sitting there doing your thing, eventually the older Leonin walks in, a couple of things in hand, ends up handing the fishing rod to Thorny that was requested.
Oh, yeah.
And a larger, I guess, mason jar. Kind of gets set on the table in front of Andreas. That's kind of wrapped up in a cloth bag a little bit.
Yeah.
And he puts it down kind of like, all right, it's weird that you asked for this, but here it is.
What, the blood?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, I need to sate it with blood, or else it'll suck on my blood thing. It's a weird process. You don't need to need to know.
I'm just gonna look at the leader and be like, armor's alive. It's a long, actually, it's a really short story. The armor's alive, and that's it.
Don't worry, it's not deadly to you. It's only deadly to me because it's eating my own flesh, I think.
Well,
I don't
actually,
know.
it can
I
be
still
deadly
haven't
to
been
him.
understand.
It can feed on his blood, so
Yeah.
Yep.
it could be deadly to
But
anyone else. It could be deadly to all of us.
The mason jar should give you about another 5 days.
Nice. This is
Hey, we
good.
have Liv back now, so we have infinite blood again.
No.
Yes, come on, you know you want to see it happen.
No, I don't. Really don't.
What, the wild shape gets bled
Wait,
out and gets transformed
I
back
thought
to
we settled
druid
on the
form?
lion, not
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
other druid.
What's up?
I thought we
I'm gonna say
settled
the
on the
last
lion,
time
not
was
the
a
druid.
communal. Everyone lined up and
Yeah, we just do a blood drive every couple of days. So that way nobody dies.
No, just do it on Liv. We'll be fine. No.
But after dropping those off, Leonin steps back out and gotta go fishing. Go do fishing. Yes.
I'll just nod at him. Is he phased by seeing another Leonin?
Nope.
Is there not? Okay, sweet.
Nope.
Does that mean there's more? That's what Kaitos is like.
Mystery
He's not
unfolds.
weirded out. I don't think Kaitos has seen another Leonin anywhere, right?
Nope. Yep. Nope. Your
Nowhere.
adventures, you were pretty much the only one you've ever
So
known.
Kaitos is like, he's not phased.
Yep. Nope.
Are there more Leonin, or is he just senile? Actually,
Well,
yeah,
a
I'll
couple of
ask
things.
Cassandra that. Just point blank.
You should ask him it. It would be pretty funny.
Yeah, some of the older Leonin
Uh,
get weird. I don't.
Sandra mentions that he's got a couple of kids that are very rarely seen around town because they're always off scouring
Doing
the
stuff.
wilderness. But yeah,
I'm not sure
It's
that
like,
answers the question. That brings up more.
okay.
That brings up more questions than answers, if anything.
And yeah, I'll look at Cassandra and just be like, that's the first one I've seen since coming here. At all.
oh,
So,
that's
and we've
unfortunate.
been here, checks non-existent watch. I don't know how many months.
Long time.
How long have we been? I mean, time's just fucky in this place. I know we were on a beach for however many days, like a week.
You guys were on the beach for a week. I know you guys were. You had at least a couple of months of downtime in Bruxis.
Yeah, Kaitos just has next to no passage of time anyway.
One
'cause he was
of
frozen for
your
like 40 years.
adventures. Yeah, one of your adventures to the side cities took about a week. You guys were
Yeah.
knocked out for a week. What was it? Almost a 2-week adventure going through the mountain.
Yeah.
It was
going
a
through
couple
the
of weeks.
mountain.
Yeah. So you guys have been doing stuff for probably a good 7 months. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, just be like, it's been like half a year. Yeah, that's a first one. And we've seen, I don't know, a good chunk of this place. But look at everybody else, be like, as far as I know.
Yeah, you guys have seen some elves, some humans, a Leonin, a couple of half orcs, a couple kobolds running around doing some farming.
Yeah. So
Protect noticed another Goliath
Mm-hmm. But he was
Oh,
sleeping. It
shit.
would be rude to wake him
sleeping along the side of the tavern.
Protect's like, sleeping, that would be rude. Okay, so it's like, older Leon didn't get weird, man. I don't want.
Yeah, you guys come down
I'm
for
not
breakfast,
questioning
eat and drink, kind of ask the couple of side questions to
Yeah.
Asandra, who's just kind of like sitting there, like ready for questioning.
How long have you been here?
She mentions like the 10-year gap. She thinks it's been about 10 years, which would sit in that same time frame of when
the
attack happened. She went missing. That part of town got destroyed.
So, did you guys build this? Or is this here?
Well, that's
This looks exactly like the destroyed section.
Most of the townsfolk really don't have memories of it. My memories of that are different. There was an attack. We all remember an attack. Xenocrotes came full force to try to do as much damage to Bruxis as possible. During the attacks, a fire had started in our part of town, and I was sent to go assist to try to get out the fires. But during the attack, I remember locking eyes with Xenocrates. and then everything went dark, and then I saw a momentary bright green light. And last I remember, we were here. So for you
And
guys
then
to
you've
tell me
been
that
here
everybody
for
else
10
thinks
years?
I thought that Bruxus was destroyed and we were the only thing left. But then you guys
It's flashing lights, or
no.
was it just instant?
We, for the most part, what do you mean? This world, like just in general, when we got into the parallax?
Yeah, because she was
Most of
explaining how
us-
she saw green light, but how we got into this world. Did we see a light of color or something?
No.
I
You
think
guys
most
kind
of
of
us
just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kaitos was passed out in a bar and then woke up in the woods near the fountain.
But she was talking specifically
So-
the Xenocrates attack on Bruxus.
Okay.
Which is super wild for Kaitos' brain, because Kaitos is like, so somewhere in my time of being a statue, this
Question.
attack happened, and then
Mm-hmm.
Almost wouldn't have experienced anything of that, would she?
I'm also wondering, because we
Or
went through
Deltas?
a
Would either of
teleportation
them have-
circle to get into that cemetery, right?
Yeah.
'Cause that's what that was. That was cemetery.
Yep.
But teleportation, as far as I remember, look at crosses.
And I know you guys had brought up the key. The key was actually used to open that stone door that led you to the button room.
The fabled button.
Oh, okay.
It opened up the door that led to the decursioning of your items.
Yeah, but I'll look at crosses and be like, teleportation's only on the same plane, right?
Yes. I believe so.
So, because I don't
mean-
have teleportation. I could have picked a circle, but I didn't.
Teleportation is that as long as you know the area that you're transporting, plus whatever the distance of the spell is.
But I think
It doesn't-
it's-
I don't
yeah.
know if it actually has to be.
There
on
is
the
no
same
limit to
plane, but
distance. It's just
knowing your location.
yeah, it's knowing
Unless
the location.
unless the teleportation spell allows you to travel to different planes of existence, it mostly
No.
sticks you to the
It's-
same plane.
It's same as far as I remember. It's same plane from my other character, which hilariously is not a caster, just has a teleportation
I mean, out of character, there
Oh,
are some
yeah,
spells that
so
take you to
Plato's
that
just
teleport
checking with the
somewhere
people who know more about teleportation, which is
else. If
Jackson
needed.
crosses.
I was
It's
saying
like-
out of character, there are some spells that take you just to a different plane of existence.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like Kythos,
But they're
Kythos is
specific.
doing the. Kythos is trying to like mentally see if there's maybe a way that like there's two separate planes going on here. But if it was a teleportation circle that took us to the cemetery, then hypothetically we're still on the same plane. Hypothetically, this is also a weird ass world where shit doesn't work right and there's clouds that take you to other places. So like Kythos is trying to apply the little bit of logic he understands when it comes to magic to a situation that's not typical.
There's no logic with fate bullshit.
It's Fae bullshit.
Yeah.
You think the Fae did this?
Not ruling it out as a possibility.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
we did just go through woods with a snail that could have killed all of us.
The fucking woman going up.
So out of character.
Can we?
This is
Go ahead.
This is actually the reading on teleportation circles. So yeah, Tim, you are correct. It is 2 destinations on the material plane determined by the DM.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, you
yeah.
can have spells that will transport you to different planes, and then the
Yeah, plane
teleportation
shift.
spell will
On that
move you
plane.
around that plane.
Yeah.
But most commonly, everybody's on the material plane. So, like, if you had the ability to zap yourself to, like, the Fey realm, and then use a teleportation spell, you could teleport anywhere on the Fey realm.
If you have the ability to fucking get into the Fey realm, are you sure you're not Fey yourself?
That's just the example of, like, you would have
Yeah.
to be able to go to a different
Like, yeah.
plane.
Like,
Here's the thing, though, right? You teleport yourself into the Fey realm, and then you teleport yourself all the way over back to where you originally were when you before you woke up in a new world. Could that potentially happen?
No.
So that's yeah. So funkiness with this, like Kaithos is like trying to apply logic because
Because most modern teleportation
us,
spells don't work.
Yeah. Like we're in a plane that isn't a plane at the same time. From what's been described to us, we're not. We're like in between, which is why resurrection magic doesn't work the way you think it would work. Like dying doesn't work the right way in this plane.
Alright, so what?
Basically
Bullshit.
a top pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Think of
there's
like a bag of holding, but
almost kind of like fucking WandaVision.
So we're still like, but there's still rules. If we obviously went through some sort of like we've been going through clouds that teleport us places. We're on what looks like a teleportation circle. Like, did it act like a teleportation circle, Tim?
No, it acted kind of like just a door, more or less.
The circle on ground?
Mm-hmm.
That we all stepped on, and then we were out of there, and we were somewhere else.
Yes. Think about it less like a teleportation circle and more of like a magical elevator.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we stepped on that, we went up. So wherever
down.
we were before, we were, or down. That's fair. Magical
I'm
elevator.
going to
we were in the
assume
woods.
assume up because we're in a much nicer, less cloudy area. But yeah.
I have an out of character question. When we were in the ruined part of Bruxus, fighting the undead and meeting the necrophage, and it was portaling around or phasing from one plane to another plane, were they also having a necrophage problem here?
Oh yeah. I'll ask Cassandra that. So like we actually, if we go outside, can we see what would have been that same building we had gone into?
Yes.
And I'll just point at that building, look at Cassandra, and be like, "Were you guys having issues with the weird sprite thing, giggling or crying in that building? Like, I don't know. What was that? Like 4 months ago? 2? I don't know. Time's
About
weird.
Maybe a month.
Did all of the
She
residents of that
gives
building
you-
die mysteriously?
She gives me what?
She gives you like a furrowed brow of how the fuck do you know?
Look across it, like, just be like,
Universes. I don't fucking know.
That's the most accurate description ever. Universes. I
Like,
don't
I
fucking
love
know.
okay,
That's
got
the
more
entire
information.
campaign summarized right there.
Okay, so it's got more information, and now is equally as like brow furrowed, confused. Like,
Me
so
too.
we're still there, but we're not there.
She mentions that a skeleton had wandered down from the graveyard and wandered into that building and happened to just kind of keel over in the middle of the building. The residents of that particular building fled, and the workers that had fled, but then for a couple of weeks they were having this haunting where people kept describing of a large face with pointy teeth. Any
Everybody's
attempts to
just
fight
nodding.
it seem to just cause it to vanish and then reappear a couple nights later.
So, parallel universe theory is a go-go.
Mm-hmm. Does Protect say that?
No.
Okay.
Just a
Crosses
There
would have been like,
like
you know about parallel universes?
just a
Kaitos
fucking
would've
flash
just-
of savantism.
Right?
Kaitos would have just nodded and then went like, "Wait, which did you say that?" Hold on. New mystery. So
when did the
In this
Protect become so
universe, Protec is smart. This is Bizarro Protec.
we've been dealing with Bizarro Protect the whole time.
Right.
At some point,
Sure,
though,
wizard.
Asandra kind of like leans in a little closer and is all like, "You said you've seen the others."
Actually,
All of
Kaitos
them?
is gonna like hold up a finger. I want to try and cast Ascending on. Fuck, what's his name? I remember the
Drogue?
name Bruxus. Drogue. That's
Drogue.
it. Drogue. I was gonna
Drogue.
say Drauger for some reason, but that's just because I played Valheim last night.
Roggers are
Fair.
the fucking Underdark dwarves, okay?
I know. But yeah, I want to cast Ascending on Drogue.
Okay.
The fuck do I even say?
She lives!
Right. Yeah. Well, part of this is just me testing to see if the message gets through.
Exactly. She lives.
So it's like, hey, made it out of. Wait. Hey, made it out of the woods. Kinda. Found Sandra. Found
Missing
town copy. Uh, many people. In burned section of
from
town, but not burned.
That's a long ass message.
Fuck. That's
25
25
words.
words. I was counting it
Yeah.
out. So that's 25. Yeah, I'd just end that with fuck.
That's a pretty good way to end it.
You get a reply that's kind of part message and part command. As you hear a
Command.
reply of essentially Nani the fuck, but not quite.
Gotcha.
There's
beginning
this moment
10
of
words
silence
are just
before. Excuse me, you found what? And then there's like this pause. You can still tell that the sending is being sent, but there's this huge pause before.
lots of umlauts. Just
I need to contact Lysander, and message cuts off.
wait. That's like. That's like wait. Lysander's there.
Guess so.
I don't.
Message cuts out.
Yeah, you.
I look at Cassandra
Send it
and be
to-
like, yeah, everybody. Draug. Fuck, why am I blanking on things? Lysander. That was. It's okay. He's back to himself now. It's just all kind of that's will explain.
Yeah, I don't even know she
shit.
would be aware of what happened after all of that with
Why am I
Lysander.
basing on their names? There's the orc.
Loheim. Yeah,
Loheim.
Loheim is the wizard. I don't remember the orc's her
Ablar?
name.
No.
Abra.
Abra. That's what
Abra.
it is.
Like Abba.
It's like I can get the first 2 letters, and then my brain's like
Aburadin.
Aberdeen.
Loheim, Lysander, and Rogue.
There's a captain dude, right? Was he part of the group, Tim, or no? Or is he a separate
No,
guy?
I mean the original party was
Lysander,
Drog,
Sandra.
Lysander, Abra, and Sandra.
No.
But because of her time in
Rogue.
Bruxus, she would know
Loheim.
Loheim and
The captain.
the captain.
Starts with a
Rodier?
G?
Rodier.
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 But yeah, I'll be like, yeah, as well as Xenocrates. And then, did we kill the other one, or did he get away? Oh no, he got ate by the Sprite, didn't
He
he?
got eaten by the Sprite, yeah, the clone.
Mhm.
The clone of Xenocrates, yeah. Onyx, or whatever his name.
Oh, and then there's Thessalar.
Thessalar, yeah. Which
But
Crosses is going
Thessalar
to...
isn't Thessalar, but he is.
When you mention Thessalar, she kind of gives you like this weird head tilty thought process. Who is Thessalar?
Lich, but
She
not the
doesn't-
Lich.
Did they ever try to fight the Lich?
Was she part of the Lich fight, or was the Lich after? Oh no, the Lich was the Jin Lich Xenocrates thing was at the beginning of all of this, right, Tim? Kind of. Yeah. So
Well, were they part of that, or was that just a Xenocrates on his own?
That was Xenocrates on his own.
Okay,
So
yeah.
So then, yeah, she wouldn't know about SLR. Question though, while
how
Al
the
is
fuck
thinking,
do I explain?
Crosses is going to do a he's going to try to recollect because he saw Thessalar's magic in work at one point. And she mentioned seeing like green lights. Crosses is going to try to remember what the kind of like color was for like Thessalar's magic. Because he had like this. Yeah.
So
He has this really weird time winding like magic that is
does.
colored green.
Oh, right. This is now like we'll give like a physical description. Actually, wait, I was so tempted to just polymorph myself into him. But that doesn't change his clothing.
Well, we have a changeling. Can't we just have a
That's
changeling
true.
change into him?
Just be like, hey Jax, you wanna
Change into
show
Thessalar?
her
Charades
what
world
Thessalar?
champions. We got a changeling. We got a druid.
Change is like, all right,
don't need
well,
to waste your polymorph. We got a changeling.
he uses the sky self to change his clothing,
Right.
and kind of like change his height, appearance, and whatnot. But yeah, he not quite Mystique like, but more of like the whole. He just kind of like fades into that character, because Mystique had like this little scale things that would flip
that
kind of thing.
shimmers,
His
that
is more of
shimmers.
like a water painting, just like dripping down kind of thing. And yeah, he morphs into Thessalar's image, which as soon as he finishes, Cassandra nearly falls out of her chair.
You good?
Either because of the changeling or because of Thessalar.
Jax, or yeah, is it just Jax turning into somebody else, or is it
You were the creature from my dreams. You're what?
no?
And
Wait,
Jackson's like, no, this is just an image, and he shifts back like,
yeah.
I was just showing you what he looks like.
Yeah, like
That's
both Al and
Thessalar.
Crosses are like also with like yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not
It's
actually
okay.
Thessalar.
I've seen
But
it before, and I still get confused.
explain this dream stuff that you're saying, because you clearly have seen him just
It's
via your
she
subconscious.
goes back to describing the attack, that Xenocrates attack on Bruxus. Was there was a momentary darkness,
Right.
and then there was this bright green light, and that image is what she saw before they realized they were here. She's the
Tesla,
only
save
one in the
that down.
town that she's the only one in the town that has any memory of this.
Sure. Probably because
Kaithos
of
is
all
gonna
of
like
her-
step aside and like hold up his hand to like I'm casting another sending this time to Thessalar. Because the one with Drogue went through clear as a bell. So now I wanna see if this works. So yeah,
Process basically hypothesizes that Thessalar saved that section of the town.
found Cassandra inside perfect copy of burnt section of Bruxus.
Yes.
She remembers green flash of light. Your magic is green. What the fuck, my dude?
Are you not telling us?
Well, that's 25. It's like I was gonna say what the fuck is up with that, but I didn't have enough words, so just what the fuck, my dude.
That works too.
There's more swearing in Kaithos' settings today.
Yeah, you send this, and like you're saying this out loud, so everybody's hearing your messages.
I wonder if Kaithos does that, Al, where he counts out the words.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With Kaithos has average intelligence.
For
He
those that
absolutely
want to pay
has.
attention,
Just slightly above
roll me a
average.
perception check.
I mean, I'm focusing on the spell, so I won't roll for it. You know,
I guess
that makes sense, right?
I'll take
Mhm.
the 17.
I'll take that 26.
24.
Damn, nice.
Everybody's paying attention today.
I was like one off from a nice pop
Yeah.
20.
That's pretty
Cortex paying too
good.
much attention to me casting on my hand.
Especially for like Crossus and Liv, as soon as Kaithos gives off this spell, the sending spell, you kind of feel like this sudden surge of energy and spin your heads around, and they're standing in the door frame. It's Thessalar. As his first words out of his mouth was, "You guys took out the fog. This feels great."
We didn't take
I'm
out
gonna
the
turn around
fog.
and look
We didn't
at
take
him
out the
and
fog.
just be like, I'm just gonna turn around and look at him and be like, you could have done that like, I don't know, 30 seconds ago and saved me a spell.
Right.
But his response is like, but you did take out the fog,
We
because the
did
fog lifted like a day ago.
open the whole woods.
Yep.
Wait. How the fuck did we take out the fog?
Wait, the key was to the machine, right? Like
Well,
that's
it
what we
was to
got
the
told.
door. It was the key to the door that led us to the teleportation circle, and that
Right.
also disenchanted our stuff.
We went through. Well, we went through the door before that place, right? Or no?
No.
Oh, I was missing it again. That's right. Went through
Yeah.
the no. I thought we went through the door before we went in there.
After you guys took out the Ender Dragon and whatnot, you guys put the key in a stone wall that opened to reveal basically a shimmering door frame that was
Right, disenchanted a bunch of items.
Yep, and that led
Not
you to
fully.
the button room.
Button room.
Yeah, the
right. So we
button
went through the
room.
door before the button room.
Yes. Yeah,
but
but
the fog didn't lift with us going through the door, right?
actually, we don't even know if we ever really looked back.
That's true, but I don't think we were capable of it once we got in the room. We were kind of
I
stuck in
don't
there,
think
right?
so either. Yeah, we were kind of stuck there. Like there was no way of like going back or checking. I don't think.
And of
And then
course,
we
the
took the
graveyard
elevator.
is misty, foggy because it's graveyard. So
Let's
this
look at
being
that
the first
alert.
place that you guys don't have fog looming over your heads.
Yeah, after my proclamation of like, you could have saved me a fucking spell slot. Unless was my sending spell the thing that
I
told you that it was clear enough for you to get here?
Well, we saw it was clear. I just didn't know where you were. Your sending spell basically pinged your location.
Guys was just like a check his jacket. Like, do I have a low jack on me? What the fuck?
But no, he explains
Yo,
like he was able to follow the setting spell back and
Gotcha.
teleported himself.
I'm sorry. You're pretty powerful if you're able to fucking do that.
I mean, I did describe that it was a perfect copy of the. So, just staring at this at this point, just be like, "You gonna answer my question about this section of town? Because
Crosses again just pops
now
up
that
and
you're
he's just
here."
like, hypothesis, you saved the town.
Meanwhile, for those paying attention, Sandra is going like back and forth, like her head's going between you guys and the dude in the door. You guys and the dude in the door. And then
I will at
at
some
some point she mumbles, "I thought you said Thessalar. That's not Thessalar."
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
that's
Thessalar? Wait,
as
what?
what we are
Hold
aware
on.
of Thessalar.
Yeah. Who do you wait,
She
who do
she
you think this
explains
is?
that the adventuring party had gone up against this great and powerful lich named Thessalar several times over, but had always beat them.
Oh yeah, Crosses does his ADH thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a story behind this."
Wait, but he doesn't look like the Thessalar you remember at all.
No, Thessalar was a lich.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Oh,
Crosses,
right, that's right. Right, the djinn didn't the djinn get stuck in
A
Thessalar's
withered
body?
skeleton, a
Is that
black
what it
withered
yeah.
was?
skeleton dressed in red robes.
Right,
Like
okay.
So the
So
djinn took on at some point, yeah. Crosses again pipes up during his in his ADHD moment and goes. So the story goes is that Xenocrates, your old teammate, tried to fight Thessalar the Jinn the one last time. He actually somehow succeeded, but in doing so, breaking the phylactery of the Lich, which was a Jinn's lamp. Um, Weird ass fucking magic all started to combine together, and so what we have gleaned is Thessalar, the one that's standing, and crosses his points exactly at Thessalar, the one standing in the doorway, and he's like, "This is," as he names himself, Thessalar, but what we deem is potentially the
the djinn,
Jinn's soul slash magic, like essence. Um,
which
so
we're pretty sure that sprite weird creature is
the
the
malice
lich
of the Lich, yeah,
inside what probably used to be the djinn's body in a weird way.
or something. I
Like,
I don't
if
know if it's
Freaky
in the
Friday,
Jinn's body. I don't know if it's in the Jinn's
it would
body, but it like
explain a lot.
it's a very spritey, like yeah, it's very malice, very
Malice is,
angry.
yeah,
Um, and
okay, not bad.
there's even a little side thing that
not bad.
copy of Xenocrates, which we named Onyx, has been killed and consumed by the sprite. So it's a possibility that this copy of this Onyx has now, or this sprite has formed into
Wait, does
Onyx.
Thessalar even know that
Yeah,
Onyx got eaten
he was part of
by
the
the
fight.
sprite?
hmm
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he remembers.
Okay,
Yeah.
He was
So
retreating when it happened, but yes.
I'm gonna use some
So
Zoroastrian
Sandra is like listening to everything and she's trying to
to
follow
get spell back.
parts of your explanation goes to deaf ears as she's trying to focus it, but at some point she just kind of looks over at Thessalar and goes, "So you're the body of the Jinn with the Lich's powers?"
reverse.
I look at Thessalar and be like, I'm not even sure he fully knows.
Hmm.
It's the body of the lich with the Jin's powers?
Correct. Crosses is like, yes, correct.
Pretty
You guys
sure.
Well,
At least that's our
I mean,
understanding.
he's not a lich. He's
No, I think this is the body before the
what
body
used
became
to
a
be,
lich.
yeah, exactly. It's what his human form probably looked like before he became the undead thingy that he was.
Let me just put these together.
so then what you call it, malice?
Yeah,
Is the thing that was in that building.
that
Just slowly but
weird-ass
surely
haunting
becoming
sprite.
a bigger problem.
Yeah.
I think I understand.
That's a lot.
Listen, I
And
don't
she points
understand.
back to the guy in the purple suit, like, you're Thessalar now, and he's like, it's the only name I know.
He's an ally, and that is what matters right now in this weird-ass fucking world.
And then I'll look at him again and be like, okay, so we're in a perfect copy of the burnt section in Broxus. And when we fought the sprite the first time, when we got introduced to it, it was in that building over there. And they apparently had similar weird stuff happening around the exact same time.
Time dilation.
It's not exactly time. But wait, I'll look at Cassandra and be like, is the section in that building, is the section of wall destroyed in that building? Or did it get destroyed?
Because of the skeleton, yes.
Ooh, so okay, so hold on, can we go confirm exactly where it got broken? Because Protech
Yeah.
went through a wall. Protech made himself a door in that building.
Yerp.
I want to know where that, like, yeah. Just
You're
like
basically
Kaitos is
seeing
like, I'm
Oh,
trying to see
you're talking about the hole that was made?
that
yeah,
Protech made in that building.
by
Oh
Protect.
no, I thought you meant the inner wall that was taken
Right, there
down
was the
during the fight.
regular inner wall that
Yeah,
was.
that's
Yeah.
what
No,
he's talking.
Protech went through a wall. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I was
saying.
chasing after the sprite.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
saw
was
the
the inner,
shadow.
that was the inner,
Saw
that was the
shadow
inner
go
wall.
in. Protech saw the shadow go into the wall and disappear. So Protech decided to go into the wall as well, but really went through the wall.
Oh,
Mhm.
that wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no, that damage doesn't exist there. You guys could go and check, but you guys don't
Okay.
see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm checking just because it's like, okay, but you said the
Roll
skeleton
for
destroyed.
those going to
Yep.
going to check.
Mhm.
Roll me a history check.
Sure.
Yo, 28. Still get a 19.
God damn it.
Wow.
I'll just stay at the end.
Whatever. Yeah,
Shit,
that's
nat 20
amazing.
-1.
Yeah.
So
It's
Andreas
it.
and Protech kind of realize, which mental faculties aside, like they're the ones that sit there and realize that the damage in the building here,
Yeah,
is the same damage that the sprite caused in the ruined section, because it was going through walls and leaving this like shadowy
right.
necrotic bit behind.
And they said the
Um,
skeleton went in here and destroyed it.
Yep,
It's the exact same spot.
exact same spot.
That tracks. Protect doesn't hate a lot of things, but that sprite, I hate that sprite.
Andreas is with
Like,
Protech
once
on this
the
one.
fact that
sprite was
those two pointed out,
huge.
and Kaithos is sitting here like, what are you looking between the two of you?
SLR starts to bring up a worry
Mm-hmm.
because
We'll eventually loop back after.
yeah, he brings up a worry when you guys were regaling the story of Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of is like, doesn't everything the malice consumes increase its strength?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we've been in that concerned state
Yes.
since that fight.
But we have not come across it. And
Yeah, we haven't come across him since. I mean, you were running from him. It's not chasing you now, right?
I haven't seen the malice since you guys left Bruxus. Since that fight in the no, yeah,
Lord.
no, since that fight in the early part with the black dragons and whatnot.
Yeah, that was the last time we ran into him too.
That was fairly early in the
That was before we went through
jungle.
the tunnel, right?
No,
Or
that
was
was
that early
in the
jungle? Oh
jungle.
yes,
That was early
we
in the
had
jungle.
just gotten into the jungle. We went like what, one section over,
Uh huh.
and immediately had that fight. Um,
Yeah, he hasn't seen malice since.
how long? That was like a week. At this point, that's been like a week, 2 weeks.
Several weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay,
For
so
the amount of times you guys had to camp and stuff like that, and then go into the next section, yeah, you guys were in the jungle for probably a couple of weeks.
when we were in the, I'm doing tiny. When we were in the burnt section of town, in that burnt building, there's that section of wall that lines up with the wall here. Did our section of wall look like it had been broken for a while? Or it looked fresh?
Yes.
Okay.
No, yours looked like it had been there for a while.
I just gotta look at crosses and be like, damn, stuff from here carries over to stuff there in the burnt section. So this is an
Yeah,
earlier
potentially.
version of that section of town.
Just
Like they're still connected, obviously. But like it's almost like we're out of time from that section of town. You know?
As you guys are conversing, Thestelar looks like he's trying to figure out what to say, but can't seem to think of words.
do we see this?
What did you do?
Yes.
Exactly.
That was my whole message.
both me
initial
and Kythos,
sending.
both me and Kythos and both me and Kythos just look over and be like, "What the fuck did you do?"
I was fresh in my powers, and I barely remember 10 years ago. He recalls having memories of the attack and teleporting in to defend against a meteor storm that was casted on that section of town.
You don't
And
know
all he wanted
which-
to know, all he wanted to do, and then he pauses and he's like, all I wanted to do was to pull everybody away from the danger.
Well,
Okay.
that seemed to work.
But replaced it with,
not
but because he doesn't know how
replace.
his
If
Well-
Xenocrates knew that the area had moved, he would have realized his attack had failed.
So you
Right.
copy.
Yeah, did you just copy paste?
Copied, cut, and then pasted.
Have you ever heard of an after image?
Yes. Crosses does actually speak up, and he's like, "Yes." It's kind of like if you
Like
think
an
like
echo?
mirror image. Well, it's kind of like mirror image too. Like think of like the spell mirror image, An after image is
Yeah.
kind of like that.
I kind of left a mirror image there so that the attack would go through and Crossus would believe,
Is Xenocrates.
not Crossus,
Xenocrates.
Xenocrates would believe that
Crossus
his
is back
attack
in the ship.
destroyed the area.
I did no such thing. No.
Crossus is the real enemy of the story.
Dun dun dun.
But like you left a hell of a fucking copy, because one, buildings were still there. I mean, burnt down, but still there. And two, when whatever was causing issues here happened, it caused the same damage in that same building.
Well, you
But yeah,
talked
that's
about
slightly
the
different, like-
malice effect,
I mean,
and
yeah.
he looks over to Cassandra and he's like, how long ago did that skeleton appear? And
Excuse me.
she gives him the time frame that it was recently, within the last like 6-7 months, that the skeleton had wandered down and walked into the building, and then that's when the sprite would appear and go and whatnot. And Theslar's eyes kind of get wide as he looks over to the two of you, and he's all like, that's when Malice appeared. That's when. So he's thinking about it. Was the skeleton the Lich drawn in by his own powers as he's like talking about himself? And probably would be the only creature that can freely walk between the magic.
So skeleton came in, busted through a wall, got access back to Lich magic, and then became the sprite.
Sounds like it.
Seems
Kind of like
If her story of how given her story of how the skeleton just keeled over and that was the end of it. Plausible.
Unless that skeleton was the very first thing that Malice consumed that gave it back its life to continue growing.
True. But
That would have been very, very weak and feeble magic, but yes.
What did you guys do with the skeleton?
Put it back in the graveyard.
Okay, those like takes for a second. I was like, I don't want to go back in there. Not yet.
We have a lot of.
You put it back in the graveyard. Did you put it back where you thought it came from, or did you make it a new grave? Or did it just bust out of a random section of ground?
She admits that she wasn't the one that took the skeleton back. It was their blacksmith. It did.
Well, we could go ask him. Because if it got put back into, like, the marked grave that it looked like it came out of, we can go check a headstone. Just to see. I digress. So fog is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This section of town basically got upended and brought here. What's the fog? I'll look at Cassandra and be like, what's the fog you're doing? Because now I'm concerned if the fog is
The
gone.
fog was a barrier from adventurers past who had left the foundations. Some of us here figured out how to activate it. And the fog more or less protected us from any more onslaught.
Right. So my concern now is with the fog gone, is Xenocrates going to attack the town?
I don't know.
I mean, that's maybe a concern that we might just need to worry about later. A side effect.
That's true. We don't even know where
'Cause-
he is right now.
yeah, and Xenocrates may not even know that the town is still like here. Like, sure,
That's
the
true.
fog was useful, but it could have been just as Alessandra says, that it just helped with protecting from like further onslaughts from the creatures in the swamps and shit that we encountered. Um, so
Okay.
the fog is definitely like I'm wondering about that. Like if it was used as a barrier, maybe that's something that we can just like reactivate, but we're not too sure how. Um, I mean, the only other
Would you
thing
guys
is
want to go
like
back to Bruxus? Or do you want to stay here? I'm asking Cassandra that just because by the sounds of it, from the message I sent to Droke, Lysander's there. So I'll verbalize to the party because I don't know if I did that.
He
I
gets
did
excited when you mention Broxus, but then calms down, and this place needs a defender. And that has been my role ever since we came here.
Well, sure, but
For how much I want to go back to Bruxus?
Oh, it wouldn't just be you. I wouldn't say
yeah,
just taking
we
you.
would
It
take the
would be
whole
everyone.
town. Like we do a caravan, and if everybody wants to go, then we
Or
might
I'll look
be
at
able
I'll
to
look at Thessalar and be like, you could, undo
undo
the back button.
like
Um,
I don't know if he could do that.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
listen. I barely understand my own
Could
magic.
I? Yes. It will take me out of commission
That's-
for a few days afterwards, but I could.
I know, I'll look at back
That's
at
it.
Sandra.
A few days. That's it.
I mean,
I love it.
So why haven't you
If
done
you're-
it yet?
if you're doing that, I mean, when
And
you're out of
Thessalar
commission, you
mentions
at least-
the fog blocks magic coming from either direction.
yeah, but I'll look at Protec and just be like, right.
The fact that
so-
Malice was able to walk through both parts of the towns through the fog is the disturbing part of this whole conversation.
and that was before he consumed some of the things he's consumed, which is now my question is, we haven't seen him in a hot minute. We haven't seen Malice. You haven't seen Malice. Is Malice with Xenocrates? Is Malice trying to eat Xenocrates?
No.
Because if he ate Onyx, Onyx was
a perfect copy of Xenocrates at his most prime form.
so we have a sprite who ate.
The fact that don't take offense to this, the fact that a lot of you were able to kill
I was gonna say
Onyx is
We
still a
killed him.
surprising thought to process.
But the difference with Onyx is Onyx wasn't Xenocrates, and Onyx potentially didn't have the same wishing power, which is still up in the air as to whether or not Xenocrates has that anymore anyway.
That's still that
Mhm.
power to.
Given that since the attack, there hasn't been any massive power shifts anywhere in the entire. Since you guys have arrived, especially.
So,
Because with Xenocrates in charge, because for all the up until this point, all the stories you've heard of Xenocrates and his abilities, he was basically like God, capable of making great changes, poofing things in and out of existence, calling forth, dark and crazy creatures.
Well,
And
we even saw that
seemingly ever since the last attack on Bruxus, where everything kind of got sealed off, there hasn't been any major reports of things.
right. So, my question now is, with Onyx out of commission, is Xenocrates hiding? Because basically there were two of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Onyx was locked up, and then we misunderstood things and accidentally let him out. That's our bad. Granted, we didn't exactly know what was going on at the time.
Yeah, right.
That was when we first met you, and you got us out of there. But basically, Xenocrates has been running around with two of him over this entire place, which is why he's been able to wreak so much havoc. But we took out Onyx, and then the Sprite ate the body.
Yep.
So now, I wouldn't be surprised if Xenocrates is
Dealing with
hiding because the Sprite has all of his powers on top of the powers the Sprite already had. It was already impressive.
or it's a possibility that they are those two are fighting. Yes, like I do agree that Xenocrates is probably hiding, quote unquote. He's probably dealing with Malice if Malice is trying to continue
Now that's
consuming.
the other question: is Malice after eating Onyx more sentient now? Because it's been eating creatures and things, and like it ate a dragon, it ate a troll. Now it's eating people, but then, well, maybe. But now it ate Onyx. If everything transfers over, is Malice even a sprite-shaped thing anymore?
That is a very good question.
Which I don't know if that concerns me less or more at this moment.
Concerns me
I mean,
more.
more in general, but it's a net more at this point.
So I think the biggest deal here is that we've made our way. We found the town. We've completed one of those quote unquote. We've completed an objective in finding out like what happened. We found Alessandra. Where do we go from here? Do we? She obviously would want to stay here if the townspeople stay, which I would give. We could give them the option of packing everything up, and we could protect them further through to where we believe is the um potential entrance leading us back to Bruxus, that tunnel. Um, but that's if the people want to leave. So there's that option that we could give to everybody. Um, I mean, the other thing is also figuring out where Malice is. Um, and I think we have like an idea of where Xenocrates holds himself up, or at least crosses theorizes. I don't know if he's. I think I have shared it with the team, but um, so there's those three. What's people's thoughts? Like, what do we want to achieve
I
here?
mean, our initial plan going through the tunnel was taking the fight to Xenocrates, right?
Well, at least doing scouting and trying to find out because what it was that when through the tunnel during the fight on Bruxus, a lot of big strong creatures were attacking that like tunnel section. So that's why they had to seal it off and like it they hadn't opened it since that fight. So they weren't really aware of like what was going on in the tunnel. Clearly now that we've scouted like our one of our objectives was to scout like the area forward to see if it still was quote unquote a threat, um or if there still was like big monsters that the town had to deal with. um
I mean, there's still big monsters in these woods, but
yeah, but they were being directed during the siege by Xenocrates. So currently right now these creatures are just passive, like just trying to live, I guess you could say. They're just going about their instinctual
we
lives.
also haven't checked out the forest. Now that the fog is lifted, who knows what their temperament has become.
That's
I'd
true.
say we should check out the forest at least just for a bit.
We don't even
Uh,
necessarily know where it is, though. Like, that's the thing. We took the elevator, sure, but
Well, I think we're technically a little bit in like the forest. Um, the teleportation, yeah. I mean, as Tim says, kind of think of like an elevator, but it is kind of that case. I think we're still within the forest itself. I just think that we're like above where that um we were just below, like shelf wise. Think of like a cliff and a valley kind of thing. That's at least Cross's hypothesis. So we could go scouting. I'm a little like curious about the undead that we encountered. Because I'm wondering if the skeleton that came in through into the town came from there, and if we possibly might find something about the lich.
how far away is the graveyard?
Probably a several hour hike.
Okay. And if somebody were to turn into a giant flying creature, how long would that take?
Couple of minutes.
Yeah. Just considering polymorphing myself into a large bird creature. Um,
Kitty?
Or
can't fly as a cat.
You said
that's a
bird, to be
lie.
fair.
There are flying cats.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so
Flying
if you
cats,
chuck
cats
a
with
cat
wings.
far enough, it's flying.
No, they're literally. Oh my god. No,
Oh no,
they're
there are.
mythical. Yeah, no, they're
No, I know.
yeah.
um,
What
Technically,
do I
one of
want to
them is
transform into?
a Tessanian, I think is
Do
what they're
we?
called.
Do we? And then the question is, for at least the graveyard search, do we all want to go, or do you want me to just fly somebody to the graveyard so we can check it out? We should probably also talk to the blacksmith before we go, so we can get a better answer, rather than just going to the
if
graveyard and
we're
guessing.
if we're gonna do the graveyard thing, I would suggest also seeing how much gold we have. That way we can buy a couple of health potions.
But don't we also
So
have the
you're
eggs that's
assuming
like
this town
600
has
gold?
health potions.
True.
Like the biggest thing with this entire world is everything's so separated out, so it might not function like a regular town.
I mean, it can't hurt to check, though.
You can check, and we can go check out. I'll ask Cassandra. She's like, "Where's the blacksmith that put the skeleton back?"
And gestures south out the door.
Okay.
I want to go check out
Let's
the blacksmith.
Same.
yeah, so let's go find the blacksmith.
All right,
So
so who's
she's
going to find a blacksmith?
me.
I'll go.
Walk out just to go
Do-do-do-do-do.
find a general goods store.
All right, so you guys go outside. You can hear the ting, ting, ting of a building that's got big old plumes of smoke coming out of its chimney.
Nice.
And you guys go into the front door and slaving over
Hey.
a massive anvil is a very shirtless Goliath. Well, not an ounce of hair on him, pretty much. But he's got seemingly only has one eye. He's got a big old scar through another one, through one of his.
Dang.
And he's just sitting there, ting, ting, and hears you guys come in and just, yeah, what do you want?
You
Well,
buried a skeleton a couple months back after it wandered in the building.
No one else would do it, so yeah.
Makes sense.
Did you put it back in its grave, or did you just pick a spot and bury it?
I looked around for a while, couldn't see where it came from, so I just dug a hole and dumped it.
That tracks. Okay,
Yep.
makes sense. All right, I'll look at like Alamos and Protec and I'd just be like, do you know roughly where you did bury it in terms of graveyard?
Kind of gestures like to like the northeast of the entry.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll just look at the two fighter type people and be like, yeah, I don't need, you guys got this. Just dip out. Leave the two of you to talk. Shop?
Oh wait,
I don't know.
Alamos can talk.
If Alamos wants to talk.
Why have you got
Me talking. Fuck
Hmm?
this.
What?
They kind of just immediately like, why the fuck you got me talking?
Well, to do what you need to do. I'll wait. I'm patient.
They just kind of just guys went, oh, yeah. Have you got ammunition for what kind do I even have again? You got anything that could go in a musket? Or can make some up?
I mean, that's pretty easy. If we just had raw lead, I could do it over a campfire.
To be fair. It's just, yeah, if it's on hand, then he just...
He kind of like walks over and he's all, show me.
Kind of just hands, just kind of one hand, just like tosses the gun over.
Tell me that's not loaded.
Oh, it's loaded. It's always loaded.
Oh, you fucking...
He pops the shell out of it.
There's etiquette about
Looks
these
at
sort of
it.
things.
Hey, that was about 2 silver worth of bullet.
Toss the gun back to you, and he's just looking at the bullet itself. Wanders over to a desk, searches some stuff from, you just see him moving shit out of the way and clearing some stuff. Finally pulls out like this little box of something, plops it down, flips it open, grabs a couple of things, and like he's doing like the comparison thing to it. Puts it back, grabs something else, does some more comparison. And finally turns around and kind of like underhand speed throws this box of like 20 shells.
Just kind of does like, just like catches it. Thanks. I was running a bit low, so I'm happy I got that. I think if I was if I was keeping up, I think I had something like 8 bullets left. So
yeah, he makes some comment about how nobody here uses them because the last time he's had to make shells like that was for when they were back at Bruxus. So he's like having anything on hand is probably once in a lifetime thing.
Speaking of once in a lifetime, just if you don't, then I'm done here. Wouldn't by chance have a bayonet, would you? That could fit onto the muzzle of this.
Wait, don't you have a musket or a rifle?
Musket. But you could put a bayonet on a musket, why not?
Well, the weird thing about a musket is that the D&D description of a musket, it's got a bell. The end of it kind of pops off into a bell.
Yeah.
More trumpet shaped.
Yeah, more trumpet shape, less pointy rifle shape.
D&D must. I need to see the image of this. No, you could still attach a musket, a bayonet onto that. I think. Be a little bit precarious to load, but that looks like you could stick one on.
I mean, you could stick a stabby thing on almost anything.
Yeah, exactly. Stick a stabby thing on Protect's forehead, then turn him into a dangerous unicorn. A danger corn.
Don't tempt him.
I will always tempt him because it annoys you, and that's Delta saying that.
You're doubting the solidity of Protect's head as is.
Oh, I'm not doubting it for a second, and that's why I'm saying stick a knife on it, then you have danger corn.
I mean, it could just be a blunt object.
That's true.
Yeah, but you
Bludgeon
have a
force.
blunt object or a stabby object.
Yeah, well,
The mighty duckicorn.
The mighty duckicorn. Now you have to do it.
He can make a bayonet for it, but he says it'll take about an hour.
Fine by me.
So you guys gonna stick around and watch as he works, or?
I'm going back to
wander off.
Kind of Odell's just kind of like does like the very dismissive hand wave to towards Protec and just leans against the wall.
sweet.
So yeah, he takes
Yeah, I'll
out
go
some
back.
metal, some steel, and he's hammering a chunk out, sticking it into the coals, hammering some bit out. At some point, he kind of glances over at Protec.
Mm-hmm.
You got a hammer?
Yeah, I got a hammer. In Giantish.
Which kind of makes him perk up as he responds. All right, come here.
Yep.
And kind of like stands on the other end of the anvil, and he kind of tings a spot and says, "Keep hitting that."
Yep. Great hammer.
And yep. And so, he hits it, and then he waits for a second as he's reeling up for another hit. Do you strike where he tells you to?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. So you strike it, and he strikes it, and you strike it, and he kind of chuckles. Yeah, this will go faster. But he says all of it in Giantish.
Any hands make light work.
I need to check.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
I
go back
speak
to the
Giantish.
inn.
I speak giant, so I'm hearing all of this.
I'll go back to the inn and so like he didn't put it in its initial grave. He said he didn't find it, but oh look, this SLR. Be like, well, you're not you, but you're also you. So we take you to the skeleton. Will you be able to figure out
Dad.
if it was a lich?
There we go. Now I have video again.
Nice.
Crosses?
Huh?
I heard you whisper. It's like what?
Oh, just the amazing spell of Speak with the Dead in Baldur's Gate. Like any fucking time. Dead corpse, speak to the dead.
but yeah, I'll look at
5
well,
questions.
see,
Is that
that's-
kind of question? Yes. Oh shit.
well, see, my theory is I don't think if we did find it, it'll talk because I think it became
No, it's
the sprite.
yeah.
It's just gonna be a shell. It's just gonna be a skeleton.
Well, and it's only like recent dead. It's very there
Kitty
is a
cat,
limitation
off the desk.
anyways, but
Only
I
been 10
mean,
years. Yeah.
It'd just be like Alamos was just chilling
do
in
you
the
think
dirt, waiting
it's-
for someone to unearth it.
you think Thessalar could possibly determine if the skeleton is related
I don't
to
know.
the lich in some way? If there's
I
a
don't know.
correlation. I mean, it's very interesting that a skeleton just kind of, as they said, wandered into the village, into the same area, in the same exact time frame that we were dealing with the sprite.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, there's definitely a correlation. So, like, was this just a random fucking skeleton that had that had magic imbued into this, or is this skeleton actually, yes, somehow heavily related to the Lich Thessalar.
Oh no, that's why I want to take
So I agree.
him. See it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry,
Figure I'll
that was
just turn
my
it
way of saying
into.
I agree.
Yeah. No. Just figure I'll just turn myself into a giant eagle and fly us there.
I mean, how long would that take? Because I could just have casted Long Stride and just flown dash there, and you wouldn't have had to waste a spell slot yourself.
It's true. I mean, they said what? It's a couple hours away on foot, right, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
But you said
Yeah.
minutes with flying.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah, because you probably
because
don't
it's
have to worry
mostly
about
uphill for them.
Yeah,
So walking would be slower than flying.
and if I cast, I don't know what the flying is for an eagle, but I mean, if I even
Fly
cast,
speed for a giant eagle is 80 feet.
well, I mean, I guess if you want to do that, because I could only push myself to 40, even with dash flying.
So it's like just to be fast. Sorry, I'm grabbing
Fast
something.
as fuck, boy.
You could get there. You could get there. You could get there just like in the matter of like a few minutes and then be back. So I don't know. It's your call.
Yeah, because even with carrying, if I'm carrying Thessalar, which I assume would slow me down to an extent,
I don't know
it's
what's
still
what's
80
the
feet
carrying.
around.
You said a giant eagle. What's the carrying
Yeah,
capacity of a giant eagle?
it's a
What
great
is the
question.
airspeed velocity of an
Let's
unladen
go.
swallow?
Yes. All right.
Oh my god. Well, a giant eagle's strength score is 16. Like they're stronger than the owls, which is why I wanted it.
Damn.
Holy fuck! Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's a strong
And
ass
a movement
eagle.
speed of fucking 80. I think
Yeah.
you'll be fine carrying Thessalar without
Yeah.
any.
I'm surprised we aren't calling these things sir and worshiping them as a superior being.
Right.
I'm surprised you
Like,
don't
are they
use
the
them in
smartest
fights.
things?
But if we go off
Oh,
of the
we
Lord of
don't
the
use it
Rings
in
giant
fights
eagles,
because it's got 26 hit points. One hit
Yeah.
that takes it
Ah,
down.
yeah, good point.
they're very
It's a
weak.
bird.
They're very weak.
It's a bird.
But it would be
Why,
it would be a
though?
very epic death. Try to like swoop
No,
in.
you know
I
what?
will.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
dead.
skirmish tactics would be great.
You know
I
what's
will.
really
I will
fucking
turn
annoying
to.
is I believe giant eagles have the ability to call up backup or some sort.
Oh my god.
I think that's an ability for them.
Oh my god.
At least in the
Wait,
wildly
really?
shaped app I've got, I don't see that. But they do have.
It may not be. That may it just be for like normal creature. I don't know. It may be different.
What are you talking about?
Could just be like a DM.
Form?
Oh, I was looking at live just because if
Mhm.
I go bird shape this way,
I
I
can
can't
go
speak.
giant. I think I can go giant eagle.
So we would just both fly out there. I was
Yeah.
just saying it because you probably can talk with animals, so you'll be able to communicate with me once I'm in bird form.
True.
Once I go bird, I'm bird.
Protect can talk to animals.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
true.
talk to animals as well.
Protec is also the hardest single player to carry.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, but I figured just a couple of us going and doing this while we're waiting for the blacksmith anyway.
Right.
And if
I don't
things
mind,
start
I
showing
roll.
up in the graveyard, birds say, "Pick up, wizard man, come back."
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's pretty
Pick up
normal
wizard
for a
man.
bird to be like, "I'm in danger. I'm gonna leave."
I'm in danger.
And if they're stupid enough to hit me hard enough to turn me back into a lion, then we just go nuclear.
Of course, they
So,
always
yeah.
got a nuclear option.
I don't mind. Yeah, I can carry at least maybe one person.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so if we both turn into giant eagles, you can take Thessalar and maybe one other person.
Yeah.
Supposing they
Just go
gripped
and
it by
come
the
back.
husk.
Probably, if anything,
head.
Crosses would be the second person to come. Then
Yeah.
mostly because he himself can fly. So if something happens,
You
like
can just, yeah. If
the
eagle gets
polymorph
shot
somehow
out of
like
the eye,
wears off, yeah, like I could just be like,
and I will hit the ground. No, I'd probably
try to
just
catch
polymorph
you.
again. But yeah. So yeah, it sounds like me, Crosses lived, and that's why we're gonna go check out the cemetery.
Okay.
And whenever we're ready to go, I'll cast polymorph on myself to become a giant eagle.
Dash flying at fucking 80. Fucking
So
feet.
who's all? So you're going. Liv's going.
Crosses.
And Thessalar.
And Thessalar. At least that's the plan.
Everybody else
We'll
can
let
stay.
we'll let people remaining know where we're going, and then we will be back.
Alrighty. So you guys head off back to
Burp.
and
Latest burp.
Gotta reload this because it didn't save the changes. Why did it not? Why are these guys still on the map? None of these guys are still on the map. Why are they still on the map?
Still here.
Who's still on the map?
Everyone else that I took off the map.
Yeah.
I need to figure out why this is not doing the thing.
I apologize.
Yum.
Okay, so you're not here. You're not here. Okay, so just be the three of you. Cool.
And Thessalar. But we can just make it
And Thessalar. The poof.
Ta-da! But yeah, and then I,
Ta-da.
as the giant eagle, will lead us right to where the blacksmith said he buried the skeleton.
Yep.
And then, actually, what I think, plan that Kaitos had in his head after, or before turning into bird, was going to be after I drop Thessalar and like indicate where the blacksmith said he left or buried the skeleton. I'm going to search around to see if maybe there are open graves, you know,
Okay.
like market graves or anything like that, that might, you know,
So you
indicate
guys show up
Thessalar's name or
there,
anything.
you fly over to that area, which gets everybody kind of heading off in that direction. Crosses lives, you guys go over there as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in giant eagle form.
We're both big birds.
That's fine.
Bird that.
There we go. All right.
And then yeah, once I drop off, Thessalar is like, this is roughly where he said. And then I'm gonna do like loops of the cemetery to see if there are open graves anywhere where the skeleton might have come out of.
Okay.
Just to, you know, see.
So you start just flying around.
Yeah. Just kind of doing.
Cool.
Also, so that I can watch for like anything big showing up again. Just in case.
So the other three of you kind of look around the area.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's.
I guess the two of you roll me a investigation check.
I'll roll perception while up in the sky.
Yes.
Just see if I can see open graves.
Holy investigation check, Batman.
Nice.
Did I roll like 3?
Yeah.
Why? My app is messed up. I only pressed it once.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this twice because I've got advantage on it, and then I'll.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast enhance ability. Can I do that on myself? I mean, it's a touch.
That is a 20
Any other
total for
creature.
Eagle's perception to me.
So it's you said dirty 20?
Dirty 20 for my
Or-
perception, and looks like dirty 20 for Liv's investigation. I think. Wait, you were gonna cast something, Cross?
Well, technically, DM's ruling on this because I'm never too sure if this is if this is something that we could do.
Giant
For ourselves.
eagle. Reveal player accessible stats. We have the
So
stats.
I've been
enhanceability
using my app.
says you touch a creature, bestow upon it a magical enhancement. If I use my familiar to cast the spell through him, would I be able to cast that on myself? Or would I just be able to
I would
cast it on
consider that a
myself?
loophole.
Okay.
I'm not
So
sure if
yeah.
you can cast it on yourself, but using your familiar to cast it to you, I think I would allow.
Because it's your familiar casting it,
With
right?
character, I think you can
Yes,
actually
technically, yeah.
self-cast.
That's exactly it. The familiar is the one who's casting it. It just comes off of my spell list. That's why like a lot of times I can do like cure wounds at a range if my familiar is close by somebody.
Yep.
Nice.
So okay, so then that's what I'm gonna do. My familiar, who's always like sitting in my little pocket, my little weasel. He's. I'm gonna cast enhanceability through him. It's gonna be Fox Cunning. The target has advantage on intelligence checks.
All
It's a
right.
concentration up to an hour.
So you would roll your investigation with
Advantage.
advantage.
Oh, thank fucking God I did too.
Ooh,
God damn!
All right,
Nat
so
20. So
yeah, 25
very
total.
easily underneath a couple of fallen rocks, you see the one area of dirt that looks like it had been touched most recently. And you believe that is the grave site, the hole that was dug by the Goliath.
Does anyone have a shovel? Or anyone can wild shape into something that can dig, like a honey badger or a wolverine?
Yes. Yes, I can. I'm trying to find that sheet again when I head up
I
and
mean,
I'm
I
trying
could
to
summon. I think I don't know. Like, would a shovel fall under any set of tools? That's a question.
Yeah, probably.
Fucking archaeology. I'd argue archaeology tools. Archaeology tools. I forget what they're called.
Archaeological tools, yeah.
Excavation tools or stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I can turn into a dire wolf, a hyena.
Do I have the ability? I think I do. I should.
Oh, look, I can turn into a badger.
Badger, 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 badger.
I'll just use the right tool for the job. Using my tools, I magically create one set of artisan tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. Takes the creation requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work. Nah, it may not be. I'm thinking time wise, so you wild shaping may actually be the better option.
Yeah, then I'll be out of wild shapes after that.
Oh, would you?
We can rest though.
Yeah, we could rest. Yeah.
Do you,
Oh, wait,
do
how
you
many
get wild
wild
shapes
shapes
on
do you
long
have?
or short rest?
I'll do
2?
Short rest it should be.
short rest.
Wait,
Yeah.
how
Short
many
rest, and
wild?
you have how many?
2.
2.
Wait,
And you've
But you
already
get
used
both
one.
back on a short rest.
I get
when-
both on.
When did you use the first one?
Getting here.
To turn into the eagle to get there.
Oh,
Almost.
right.
So if he uses it again to turn into like a badger,
Okay,
we'd have to
yeah.
do a short rest for him to
Yeah, okay, yeah.
turn back into the one. So that's, I mean, what a short rest is like at least 30 to an hour. Even using the
least
right
an hour,
tools,
yeah.
yeah, even using the right tools for the job for myself, like I do that, everyone rest, but it's still there's still about an hour's time that we would have to quote unquote rest.
Mm-hmm.
But
And I
I
could
mean, I
always, like,
also
once we get the info, I could take this SLR back while you guys short rest here, and then
yeah, I mean, I also have on me painter supplies, smith's tools, thieves tools, tinkerer's tools, and wood carver's tools. Would a shovel fall in any of those categories?
I mean, I'd argue that for Smith's tools, a shovel would fall into that.
I would
Like, you
agree.
could scoop coal into a furnace.
Yeah.
Yes, into a furnace.
Cool.
Even if
I
it's like
pull
a
out
little
shovel.
trench shovel. Yeah, even if it's like
I
a
pull out
little
a little trench shovel.
trench
yeah.
shovel.
All
Yeah.
right, I
You can
pull
always
out a
ask
little trench
SLR
shovel.
to enlarge it.
I have enlarge also. Like
You could just enlarge your trench shovel into a regular size shovel.
Enhance.
I think honestly, we're just trying to do is just not like probably don't right. Like don't want to like disturb the grave too much, but yeah, I'll use the trench. Then I pull the trench shovel out. Then we don't have to waste any time.
And yeah, I'm looking for
All right,
just
so while you
where
start
this-
digging, give me a couple of strength checks. Al, give me another perception check.
another in perception. So
Yep.
my 20 didn't give us.
Your 20
in.
has narrowed down that this northern section, this
Okay.
area don't have anything.
All right,
Okay.
30-20 for the first one, and here's my second one. Nope. Ooh, 5.
Got this one. Oh, it's probably gonna be better if it's two. That's advantage on these. Yeah, so 22.
Okay. You spot something grave-like over down in this south right or southeast
East.
area.
West. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah.
Southwest. Sweet.
Sky
All right.
Swift.
All right.
You
I'll
start adding
searching
towards
that
there.
way.
Swifty.
All right. Out of the strength checks, your first check gets a good chunk of dirt out of the grave. Your second one, it seemed like you might have done too much on the first one, so it's almost like you hesitate on the second scoop and only get a tiny bit. Yep. But it still is enough to start noticing protrusions coming out of the dirt.
Then I am going to be, well, like an archaeologist. I've got brushes, so I'm going to use the brushes from my painter supplies to try to like start moving the dirt off of the protrusions, to get like, again, not disturb the skeleton, not to try to damage it. Be very careful. So basically, like an archaeologist would with dinosaur bones, using the
Okay.
brushes to brush stuff off and slowly scrape the dirt away.
All right. So you start
Should I roll 3?
pulling. Not necessarily.
No. Okay.
So yeah, it just takes time. You just start brushing
Yeah.
these bones, dust free kind of thing to kind of expose the skeletal structure.
It was somebody at some point.
You can tell that compared to any other type of grave, that whoever dug this one was just being hasty.
It was a shallow grave.
Yes, it was a very shallow grave. The skeleton was kind of like dumped into it, so it's kind of all scrunched up and shit. But
Definitely try not to disturb it. It was a human being at one point. Then gotta
Mhm.
respect the dead.
I say
yeah, but
teabag
whoever put the skeleton here wasn't really thinking about the dead. It was just get me out of here kind of thing.
Yep.
But while you are doing that, Al, you do notice a hole in the ground over here.
Over.
You kind of swoop down to, it's like right in the middle of all this. So it's more like probably like right here.
I don't know why, but I'm not seeing any earpings. Cool. So like, wait.
move the map a little bit.
I have.
Oh,
You said
And
bottom
we-
section,
yeah.
bottom right, bottom right in
5,
here.
course,
He kind of like
square.
more to the
Boom.
right side of
Do you see the token?
There you go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it loaded. Yeah,
The token is where it's
this
at.
way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll go. I'll check that out. Is it like an actual grave or
It does look like an actual grave.
so is there a headstone?
Yes.
Would a bird read a headstone? Like I got decent. I've got okay wisdom. Giant eagles are still not very smart.
They do
Still
understand
smarter
common.
than Protec, I think.
I mean, they do
But-
have a wisdom of 14.
Slightly.
Yeah, it's got good wisdom. So yeah, I'm gonna try and read it, kind of.
Wait, what is the intelligence score we're talking about?
Of
Giant
the
eagle?
giant eagle. Because that's the thing
Ye-
with polymorph is that it is
Right,
you
but
adopt
well,
everything.
the question
does
is
have
what
intelligence
is
of
sad?
8. It's got an intelligence of 8.
Intelligence of 8,
smarter
so
than an
just
eagle.
slightly.
There
Well,
you go.
slightly
Smarter than an
lesser
eagle?
than like a human.
No, actually, equal.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, you
Alright.
kind of fly down
I
low
probably
and
I probably do like the bird thing of sit on top of it for a second and then try and read it. But it's like that's upside down.
Oh,
It's-
heck at it. Wait, you're a giant eagle.
Hops
Don't,
off.
you might break the headstone depending
That's
on how
true.
big
I
it
wouldn't
is.
land on it then. I've got eagle bones. I got 26 hit points. I'm not heavy.
you try to read it, but it's in a language you don't know.
Okay. I will fly back to people because I assume Crossus is digging up this grave, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I will fly over and like plop down away from where the grave is. Just kind of like
Wow.
squawk, I guess. I don't know.
Mhm.
Bird gets attention. Just kind of like flap my wings a bit and head tilty. Squawk a bit.
Vessler using what seems to be a speak with animals. What'd you find?
Found a grave. Because it's still bird intelligence. Right.
Yep.
So found grave.
Found grave. Open. Pulling ground.
On ground.
Okay.
Headstone. Weird words.
In this time frame, Crosses has uncovered the skeleton in this hole. And you guys were trying to see if Thessler could link the skeleton with the
Just to see if like it clicks as maybe this was his old body.
Or has some correlation.
Yeah.
Thessler
residual
starts like
magic.
he puts his hands over the grave and kind of focusing as his hands kind of give off this like little green orbs around them as he's kind of concentrating on everything, and you see the skeleton start to light up and develop this similarly green aura around it.
His magic is green.
I'm going back up into the air. This bird is like, fuck that. Skeleton's
And
not glowing. I don't know what to do.
After a couple of moments, Thessler, clenches his hands, the magic fades, both of the auras fade, and he sits there and says, This skeleton brings a sense of familiarity.
Like you knew the person, or like more like a soul familiarity where like can you describe a little bit more?
Soul
If
familiarity.
Kythos at this point
The
is just
body
dry.
itself feels familiar.
Yeah, interesting.
Kythos is just doing like flight lines from them to where the grave is, just back and forth in the sky.
Do I see this?
Yeah. And even thus, Lara like looks up and he's like, apparently
The bird.
your Leonin bird friend wants us to go check out a grave,
Follow it.
apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, Bird got
follow it.
freaked out by glowing green skeleton. Like, I want to be in the sky. This is weird. And then
But then started flying back over to there, and you
Bird
only ever
Kythos is
really like
fidgety, apparently.
yeah, which
You
means
gave
that if you're acting that
80
way, then
80 move speed means zoomies.
all right. So go over to the grave that Kythos had found that they keep going back over to.
Yep. So Kythos flies back over to the area and you guys follow?
Yep.
And this is like partially collapsed buildings, right?
Yeah, like all of these are ruins. If anything, they're like
Yeah.
half walls and partial
So, yeah,
walls and
I'll
whatnot.
perch kind of on a partial wall
There you go. That works.
and just kind of like tap headstone with beak. Lightly.
Yep. So you kind of fly up here and tap it. Slar kind of starts walking around the corner and notices that it's like it's a nice big grave.
That's probably so. Yeah, Crouch hypothesizes that that's probably where the body originally came from, and Steve's Kythos tapping on the headstone. So he reads it. So
Tap,
What
tap, head
languages can you
Tap,
speak?
tap, head tilt.
Common, Dwarven, and Infernal.
You can read part of it, as it's part of the writings in Infernal.
Interesting.
Oh.
What is the part that I can read? Say.
You get words that say bastard, ruined life, to the nine hells.
Oh. Bastard ruined life. That's awesome. I love that. Okay.
Can I read it?
What languages do you know?
Common, Druidic, Elvish, Halfling.
Does anyone have comprehend language as a spell? I just don't have that on me today.
I do not.
I think I do,
Jax
but I'm not
does, but
with you
Jax
guys.
isn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one
If it
who I
gets
think
voiced that nobody can read it, more than likely what happens is Kythos Bird will nod, then take off back to the town, since it only takes me a minute or two.
snatches fucking Jackson.
No, Jax is still in the tavern. Andreas is wandering outside.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
Andreas have comprehend languages?
Kythos probably wouldn't pick up
I think
Andreas.
so. Let me check. Where would I find
Which
that?
is extra
It would be in your
fun.
spell lists. Yeah.
I don't
It's like I think it's like a first level spell or second
It's
level for some people.
yeah, it's fairly low level.
I think clerics pick it up or can pick it up. But
Yeah, you only have 2 levels in spells. You only have some. Well, yeah, you've got first levels.
Oh no, I don't have it.
yeah. I Sadly,
That's
no.
not even in my spell list. Never mind.
You said you think Jax might?
Jax does.
Checking.
Jax has definitely had it. I'm gonna go grab a pizza real quick. Be right back.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
had compelled duel. That's what I thought. Never mind. That's way different.
I don't think Smart Thorny does. No, not seeing it on Thorny's list.
Oh. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, it says telepathy, though, that allows him to comprehend
Oh.
languages.
Um,
I don't even have it.
None of us have it. Oh, that's great.
it's still somebody might just speak some of the language too. Like that's the other half, because you said we understood part of it with Infernal, right?
Infernal, yep.
And Jax at least knows Abyssal and Sylvan.
Yep.
I'm wondering if Abyssal might be more up his alley. Like, basically, Bird Kythos takes the 2 minutes or whatever it is to fly back to town. Makes a ruckus outside the inn. Doesn't go in the inn because I'm a giant bird and I'm just gonna knock shit over if I go in there right now.
And common enough that Jax probably comes out to see what's going on.
Mm.
But he's also telepathic, so he'd probably be like, "What's going on?"
Headstone. Weird language.
All right, I
Something
guess you
about a
need me.
bastard. It's
I
something about a
realized.
You
bastard.
guys
I
have
realized that
fun.
I could
I'll
have
be
made a
in
rune
town.
of it.
I will
realized that.
scoop up Jax. I could probably yeah, I'll just scoop up Jax. Just very gently.
Andreas is gonna look at the bird that's flying off and be like, "Where are those two going?" Yeah, whatever. They're burnt chicken.
A
Time
giant
to
eagle
find a
showed
general
up,
store.
picked up Jax and took off.
Jax kind of gets flying by, dropped right over in the area, and he's like, I wasn't expecting to come back here anytime soon, but
I plop gently.
you guys found something?"
I'll go back to my perch on the wall, tap that stuff.
Yeah.
With Jack saying that, Liv just points out her right wing, like pointing at the stone, the gravestone.
Well, you still have your intelligence.
Yeah, I know, I do. That's why I was just pointing at it, like point.
Since these two can't speak, clearly, Crossus is like, yeah, the headstone here that these two are pointing at, I can only read some of it, but I remember you having comprehend language or as a spell, or at least being able to understand a few things.
I have it as an ability. However, no, my Sylvan know-how could read part of this as well.
Didn't?
Oh, still.
Oh,
It's written in a watery font, amphibious font.
Oh.
Might be their
Is it one of the primordial languages?
like mermaid Sylvian.
he kind of shrugs and says, or even as far as like lizard
Aquan?
folk.
Maybe it's Aquan. What is the name? There's primordial languages as well. There's like Ignan and there's this is out of character, obviously. But Ignan, there's I think Aquan or something like that.
Yep, Aquian.
Yeah.
Only know because I
But
was
Jax is. Hold on, Jax, roll high enough. Investigation. Fuck. Okay, he nat 20 says investigation. Yeah, he kind of figures out that it's that it must be like lizard folk or some form of it mixed with infernal.
Oh,
Okay.
Looks like this is a grave. Here lies.
Somebody who's
You
a
said
bastard.
you could read part of it.
It said bastard, ruined life, and 9 hells.
My best guess would then be something along the lines of, "Here lies the bastard who ruined my life. May you rot in the 9 hells."
That sounds about right. Still doesn't give us a name.
It's marked at the end with a X signature.
Xenocrotes. I don't know.
I mean,
That would be really funny.
Wait,
Mhm.
what were you guys doing up here to begin with?
Finding a body.
Well, you found a grave, not
Grave.
quite a
We were
body.
grave hunting.
Kaitos will look up and over where the body is.
Hold on,
Just
are we thinking that this is his actual? Hold on.
Grave. We think.
Wait.
I'm
That's the
thinking that
here.
yes. I'm thinking that the body that is over there that we just uncovered, that was the one that came in to the town, is the body that came from this grave, which potentially could be the body of the Lich. That's what we're trying to determine. Fessalar did already look at the body, or kind of do some of his weird magical stuff. He tried to commune with it basically, and he got a very familiar feeling to it, yeah, very familiar feeling.
Oh.
Is right.
The skeleton
bird
came
just
from
squawks.
this grave, wandered into that town,
Collapse.
seemingly died in that building, and released Malice?
Probably, or at least his malice is connected to this body in some way.
And Malice's only intentions was to consume,
To get stronger, at least.
to get stronger, or to find a new body.
Maybe both. Can't rule out both.
I don't want to
Finding a
be
new
here
body.
anymore. Jax is all freaking out, I no longer want to be here anymore.
As soon as Jax does that, bird Kaitos will just kind of squawk and be like, do a shrug, pick up Jax and take him back to town.
How long is your polymorph?
It's an hour.
For? How long has it been?
The
Probably
travel to
almost
and
an
from
hour.
town is only a couple minutes.
Couple minutes,
So,
yeah.
if we feel like Kaitos will come back and kind of do a little anti-dance of are we done here? Because this is about to run out, and I should probably get either Thessalar or.
So do you take
back.
Jax out?
I took the Jax back to town, yeah.
All right, Jax poofs, takes back. A couple minutes later, the Eagle comes back. On your way back, Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me with a lovely perception check.
Oh, that's great. Okay. First roll. Second roll. 12. Be the higher of the two.
As you're flying back, you see something moving in the north part of the graveyard.
Where the other body was?
No, the other body is over on the left side. This is off to the right.
I see something moving over there.
Mm-hmm.
Ping,
ping, ping, ping, ping.
Yeah,
ping.
I see it now. Okay. I'll fly back to this group and kind of do hoppy But Thessler still has his like speak with animals up, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, something over there, something over there. Just look back and forth between them and where I saw movement. Moving.
Alrighty.
Thing moving. And actually, after I let them know that, I want to go do a loop over that. High up.
Oh.
Because I want to
Okay.
see it. I said I saw movement, so just kind of looking around.
So you want to do a?
I wanted to warn them first and then go take a better look at it. But like I'm up high-ish. Not super high that I can't see details, but like just higher up. Because
Okay.
things
Then
don't tend to look up.
I'll give you another opportunity for a perception check.
Yeah.
Got the
Do
eyes of
better.
an eagle.
Do you have
Come
the
on.
eyes of an eagle?
I will check as well.
That's a bad roll. So
You're gonna go
12,
fly around.
16.
Yeah, we're gonna fly
16
around.
would be my next
All
one.
right. So you go and do a perception check as well.
Good advantage because you're a burb. Oh wait, no, you're wild shaped, aren't you?
I'm wild shaped.
So that's I can't remember. Do you keep your wisdom? Your own wisdom score with that? I think you do.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Much better. I got a 16. It's my check. Wouldn't Liv still understand me though, since she's in bird shape? And
Yeah.
I am burb. Okay.
Yeah.
Although you sound much more intelligent than I do.
The two of you see something large moving around over there.
I am going to immediately if I see that as burb, I'm going to immediately come back to Thessalar and like I'm gonna look at Liv and go, nope. And I'm gonna go back to Thessalar and Crossus and just tell Thessalar basically in bird speak, like, time to go. Just scoop him up and we're gone.
Yeah. I would be like, nope,
Just
head back,
nope.
grab Cockburst again.
I'll explain what I saw before, but we're leaving.
As you kind of scoop up the two and go Crossus, because you kind of can figure out where they were flying, you can kind of see where they were going. I'll give you an opportunity for a perception check to kind of see if you can, while flying away.
Because I know if
What
I
were they looking at?
whatever the large, like if we have to go past it in any way to get back to the town, I'm giving it a wide berth.
Nope.
or
You
less.
guys go straight
Okay.
straight to the left. So
Yeah, no, I don't. I got a 9.
I mean, Thessalar might
so
get a look at it.
I think I might. I think getting snatched up threw me off.
I grabbed Thessalar. I don't
oh
know
gosh,
if Liv gave me
Eslar
more
does
time to
not
react.
see it. He's just like, what's going on? Okay, we're out of here.
Exactly, like
And you guys just fly off.
I guess Thessalar is getting like somewhat of a like if you asked a toddler what like a monster looks like, the bird brain is just like lizard folk, armor, nope, because bird Kythos is just automatically assuming it might be Xenocrates.
or
Because lizard
Malice.
folk in armor. Just that's all bird brain interpreted, and that was enough for me to go, there's only 4 of us here right now. We should go. I know that
All right,
much, man.
so you guys make it back to the town.
Yep.
I
assume my hour is pretty much up, right?
Yep.
Or
So
close to
shortly
it, like
after
we
you
land,
shortly after you guys land, you poof back.
I have 6 hours in shape unless I want to.
and like Kythos turns back into Kythos, and it's just going, nope, nope. And then I'll do my best to describe the thing I saw. Actually,
Yeah,
I've got my little telepathic link, right?
Yep.
That we've determined that if I can sit and focus, I can get visual. So I will. I guess I'll mind link with Crossus to give visual of what Bird me saw in
While
the
that's
graveyard.
happening, what's everybody else doing?
I finally unshape and after dropping out crosses and be like, okay, I would tell you, but I'm more entail that that crosses Kythos tells you. I want to see where this goes.
But yeah, so then I will. Tim, whenever Tim gets back, then we'll see if he shares the photo. Or am I okay to share the photo, Tim? He thinks Tim's in the bathroom. All right. He's got his headset on, so he can hear me. Just
So,
can't respond.
wait, are you guys back in town now, or?
Yeah. Basically, because this game got Jax, came back, brought Jax back because Jax didn't like being in the cemetery, and then I went back, and on my way back, saw a thing. I went, nope, because to put it frankly, Giant Eagle has an intelligence of 8. My
I'm
regular
pretty sure
intelligence
y'all.
is 12.
I'm pretty sure
Although a
y'all
giant
could
eagle's.
see Andreas is just wandering around, building to building, going, "This is general store.
Did you hit your
This is
long
general
rest
store."
button?
Yeah, I did. Why?
Because it
Your
shows you
token
only
still
having
has
50
you
health.
50 health. Just checking.
Oh,
Did you
here,
actually
here.
hit it?
I thought I did. I guess I didn't.
Important questions. I'm much better at hitting it when I'm a squishy spellcaster than I am a fighter. Yeah, so for context, the giant eagle is not as intelligent as Kythos, but it is more perceptive than Kythos. So honestly, as Kythos, I probably wouldn't have gotten this good of a look. Yeah,
Yep. So for
yeah. Am I okay?
so
Do you want to share the
for
photo?
I'll share it to the game log. But yeah,
I
the
may
image
have walked
that you
into a
got,
random building.
Yeah.
Crossus.
Oh.
What the
That.
fuck? It's a lizard boy. I want to pet his cheeks.
I will not pet those.
And mind you, he's big,
Big? Like, was he like large size, huge size?
large. Yes.
Okay, then yeah, that totally justifies the giant eagle being like, nope. Because saw a giant lizard folk, a large lizard folk, in armor. How? So now that I'm back to human form, or Leonid form, yeah, I'll share that image to Crossus, and then I'll do the same with Thessalar. And how close to that is what
Is this what Xenocrates
Onyx
looks like?
is? Yeah,
Onyx?
Onyx or Xenocrates.
Considering that Xenocrates, let me just share it to.
I'm looking more for similarities to Onyx as opposed to Xenocrates. Granted, they're the same person, but I remember Onyx's arm. Like Onyx looks a little different, right?
He was a little, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So in D&D Saturday, I shared what Xenocrates looks like / Onyx looks like.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought that Xenocrates looked like.
So the
Damn,
picture
I was
that just
muted.
got shared.
Did not.
So the picture that got shared on the VTT chat, who's that?
Oh no, I like for the most part, what happened was Bird Kythos is not actual Kythos. saw enough similarities of just armored lizard folk that was large.
Oh.
We kept talking about the fact that Malice ate
Onyx.
Onyx. So rather than sitting there and figuring it out, Bird Kythos went, "No, we're gonna leave. we're just gonna dip, because fuck that." So this is Xenocrates though in the chat, right? Or is this Onyx?
Xenocrates is the one that's in D&D. Yeah.
Right, but Onyx was a little different, if I remember correctly.
No.
It was basically a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Roll me an insight check.
Me?
Now that you're
Sure,
Leonin
sure.
form.
I'd rather roll an insight if
Ugh.
it's low.
Yeah, you're not
Skip
sure if what you saw was accurate or not, considering
For the most part, the owl or the eagle's reaction was more or less just very animalistic. Of yes, I'm a giant eagle, but this is a large lizard folk with armor and shit. And in Kythos form, Kythos would have been like, "Meh, I can handle that. We can handle that with the four of us." Eagle went, "Nope, nope," and
Oh,
just
come
pulled
on.
his
You got
out.
multi-attack.
Yeah, with 26 hit points.
Just don't get hit.
Multi-attack requires coming in to attack. But yeah, just more or less, Kythos like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope."
Mhm.
As Eagle
that's
then
fine.
took us out of there.
while you guys are discussing, I think about this time, Andreas, you kind of wander back to the group, having figured out that there is no actual general store in the entire town.
Yeah,
Every
as-
Wait,
single
hold up.
every
Was he
single
seriously
person
isn't-
you've met, every single person you met has a job within the town. You have the farmer, you have the butcher, you have pig farmers, you got chicken farmers, the fishermen, a whole bunch of different farm people mixed with, the tanner, the mason, the woodsmith, the blacksmith.
you could see
but
like
there's
Andreas walking back, his face revealed as he kind of stands right alongside with the others, as he like stands right next to
Is
Pythos.
he pouty?
He's pouty. He's just there kicking the ground. He says, "I hate the stupid town. They got no general store." You guys said you
Just
found the
little-
blacksmith, right? Where is the blacksmith? I want to talk to him.
Oh my
There.
god.
Okay,
Point.
bye. And he just rushes.
Anyway, so yeah, Kythos isn't sure if that was Onyx or Xeno, but the eagle was not willing to take the time to figure that out.
I mean,
Like-
I really wouldn't want to deal with the thing, either one, really, honestly. So if you were able to, like, somewhat like, deduce that, that was possibly one of them.
Armored
don't-
lizard.
Yeah.
End of-
Crosses would have
We'll
just been
also
kind of like,
consider-
I don't really know if I really would have fight either.
I mean, also consider you were polymorphed into an eagle form when you did this.
Yes.
So Kythos is trying to contemplate, was the image that you saw real? Like, was it just a eagle's
Right.
perception of what you saw? And you're trying to
Yeah.
explain this to Theslar and Crosses, but the person who's not speaking up has the one who, while in polymorph form, can retain their mental
no.
faculties.
Wild shape, yeah. Different.
I know.
Who's in wild shape, who has
I-
retained their mental faculties and hasn't said a goddamn thing.
At first, I was like, I did say that. I was like seeing what the brain would remember for for polymorph, and I'm like, then I would say that it's legit what I saw at the
Would you
lizard
wait?
farm.
I will actually look at Liv and be like, here, let's link, and you focus on what you saw as you. 'Cause you remember everything.
Yes.
You're still you. I'm not me when I'm like that. I mean, I am, but I'm
Apples.
not.
I
So
will.
Kaito's basically asking Liv, like, did you see this? Like, no one else claimed to see anything except Liv.
Yeah, I would say I do
Yeah,
see
so
it.
I'll link.
I did see it.
What
So you link and
image do I
ask,
get from
what
Liv?
did you see? You get the exact same image that you saw.
I
But
guess.
there's a little bit more details. Like, this looks
Hmm.
like it could be Onyx or Xeno, but
Okay.
a larger, infested, bulked up,
Mm.
darkened form.
It's like I get the description from Liv, and Kaithos' face kind of does that, like, I gotta hand it to Eagles. They got good judge of fuck that.
It's called animal instincts.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw the same thing you did, but with more detail.
Yeah, no, so Kaithos gets the more detail, and it's just like, looks at Thessalar, and it's like, we need to talk to Sandra because, if that thing heads this
Evacuate!
way,
Yeah, and
it
Jax is inside the tavern regaling to a Sandra. Hey, yeah, I got called up to the creepy graveyard and everything's all fucky wucky and they had me read a thing and it was kind of like catching her up on what happened
right.
if anyone goes in try to find
Oh
them
no,
kind of deal.
if 'cause basically Kaithos is gonna get that, like, confirmation from Liv that it's basically the same thing, except that there are actually, like, tangible similarities to Onyx. Just a more monstrous form of Onyx. Kaithos is just going to assume and be like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And just like look at Thessalar, do the link thing quick with Thessalar and Crosses to like give the better image that they just got from Liv,
I mean,
and then come out of it and be like, there's too many similarities there, and I'm gonna like
Malice
hop
chose a
into
new
the inn.
body.
Malice has chosen a new body.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
gonna
God.
I'm gonna go into the inn pretty damn quick. And be like, we have a problem
Wait,
that we might
Which
have to
makes
deal with
sense
in the
with all
next
the
hour.
which makes sense of all the other creatures that has eaten, trolls and dragons and
It's eating large things. It's eating onyx. It's
oh
combined
boy.
all of that into.
A lot of monstrous things too.
Didn't we almost kill it too?
Almost.
almost so close.
But then again, we were fighting something else
We were fighting the
right
stupid dragons on.
before fighting
Yeah.
Malice, and we almost
Yeah.
killed it. So now
We
we're
killed.
going
We
into
killed.
this with
We were fighting the two dragons and Onyx. And then Malice popped into the fight, along with Thessalar, and we almost killed Malice. We killed
Mhm.
Onyx, which then, like, I don't know, somebody, yeah, we were very close, and he went and gobbled up Onyx, and then was
Right.
like, "All right, peace, bitches," and was like
Yeah.
gone. And we're like, "Fuck you! We almost killed you."
Right. Kaithos is gonna hop into the inn and just kind of be like, kind of do that, like, slam the door open a little bit. Just like, we have a problem.
Emergency!
Meanwhile, down
Food
in the
Mm-hmm.
down in the blacksmiths, between Protec's help, manages to make a really nice looking bayonet for the musket,
Nice.
which would give the same stats as a short sword.
Fuck.
Damn.
Nice. So if I just add like a short sword into my thing for rolling.
Yeah, so if you'd go for like a bayonet strike, it'd pretty much be used as a piercing version of a short sword.
Oh, he's got a longer bayonet. Mine's shorter. Mine's like a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Stabby,
It's
stabby.
not the size that counts.
It's how you use it. It's how you
The
use
person
the
being
tools.
stabbed
it's
might beg to
also-
differ.
You're
This is true.
also asking a larger creature to make you something who is not so large of a creature. So yes, in their version, it's a normal size bayonet.
Oh shit, I just realized you added the enervating blade into my thing.
Yes, I did.
Completely forgot about that motherfucker.
As
Nice.
Um,
soon as that wraps up, Protec's gonna produce the trident and the bracer.
Ooh.
Oh,
I mean, it is gold. What are you gonna do with it?
What's this?
Sorry. It's gold, but you can still use the colder side of the forge. It's obviously pretty
you-
beat up and marred, and
Yeah, you want fix?
yeah, figure we just keep going now that we've got a rhythm going.
All right. So while Alamos is fitting the bayonet to the musket, nice snug fit, tightens it down well. As the two of you start boiling now with the trident, are like, all right, cool. Let's put it in the heat a little bit, start getting the metal a little bit soft, and let's start hammering it into place. Is when Andreas comes flying through the door.
Protect!
Yep.
What's up?
Yep.
Well, I didn't find the general store, but I decided to check out, see if I can't get a better weapon. Because this thing is out of magic juice. Bastard.
Wait, what does Andreas have at the moment?
It's got that mace.
base.
Yeah, but
Mace of
I-
Disruption.
But it's just
I'm
a
gonna
normal
step
mace
away
now,
for like
isn't
5
it?
minutes.
Yeah, you're
It's
good.
normal mace.
I've been requested.
Let me double check the
You've
mace
been
roll.
requested.
Yep,
By humans or dogs?
humans.
Okay.
Oh,
I will be right back.
Heavy humans.
Okay.
Humans always
Alamos is gonna look at Andreas, just kind of pausing the fitting of the bayonet for a moment. Gets like the sword, for the enervating sword, just as like a little like flipping. I wish you had this, bitch. Sucks to suck.
It's like slowly. Anyways, I was wondering if you could help me make something cool or weaponized or my face step. Slice.
Did you just say weapon heist?
weaponized.
Weaponized.
Oh, I heard weapon heist.
I was gonna do a weapon heist, If I was gonna do a weapon heist, I'd
blacksmith.
touch one of Kaitos's weapons because they have like a big what? Don't they have a big battle axe?
No.
Kythos?
No,
I
Protect.
thought one of us had a
caster?
private battle axe.
Protect.
Protect,
got that.
Protect, and
Protect.
and
But I respect
Alamos
Protect
has a
too
glaive.
much.
Alamos has the glaive.
Yeah.
I mean, Kythos is a mind blade, but currently that's just a
So
fucking hilt,
I
as
have
far as I'm aware.
Question.
Mm.
Is there by any chance you know how to make a scimitar?
A scimitar would be nice. It's a 19 to 20 crit range. Just
You
love
want
that.
scimitar when you have BD mace?
Prefer scimitar.
Prefer scimitar.
I like swords rather than blunt objects.
You're a
What am
paladin.
I gonna do? Bonk stick on enemies? You know,
Yes.
Bonk,
Yeah.
bonk, bonk, bonk,
Yeah.
bonk. When I could just stab them.
Now we.
You're a paladin.
Stabbing doesn't work well on skeletons.
Paladin.
I don't care. You can slice.
Paladins run around with a giant hammer all the time.
Yeah,
Now we know
not
where
much.
your brain cells and your morals lie.
Oh my.
Did you not know
Fuck
that?
you, you giant metal tin bag. I just want a better weapon.
You just see the Goliaths bang, alternate shots. And while you're in there, have a conversation talking about wanting a scimitar, occasional glance up by the blacksmith, black down to what they're working on. The trident ends up looking real nice, real polished, real fixed up kind of thing. It's no longer banged up. He's just a little confused about the bracelet part of it. Because the two things that should work together no longer work together. And then kind of glances back over at the tiefling and Demeter. Okay. And wanders over to his stuff and partial projects and this, that, and the other thing, and turns around and he's holding a blade by the blade side as he throws it forward. Andreas, give me a con check.
That one.
Natural 20.
Come
natural 20.
on.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
That one. Come on, that one.
Middle
That
finger.
one. Close
You
enough.
son of a bitch. Wait, I have inspiration. I'm gonna use it.
That one.
From when?
Fearless.
He's had it, I think, from a previous fight that you weren't in.
Damn it.
Regardless, those inspirations only last 10 minutes.
Oh, so he would not have it.
Was it the bardic inspiration or the combat inspiration?
I don't
Either
know
one.
anyone.
Most of you guys will use that combat inspiration during combat, so we don't have to worry
That's
too much
it.
about
I'm
it.
using my dice. I don't trust
No,
the
you already
digital
rolled
dice
it.
anymore.
You already
No,
rolled
but
at
I'm
this
saying-
moment.
You already rolled it,
He just has
Just
to
do
wait.
it for like right now.
So the blade, scimitar looking blade, sticks into the ground right in front of your foot, but you not really paying attention on the intention, leap into the air with a shriek.
Well,
You might need
hopping
you might
around.
need to turn the voice volume down on
Yeah,
that just
sorry.
a little bit, Daniel.
Sorry, I realized.
Because every
Sorry
time
about
you
that.
go every time you go robot voice, you are the loudest mofo in the room.
Sorry.
Just Andreas is hopping.
I'm just
his
saying,
head.
just gotta
Fuck,
turn it down a
fuck.
bit.
Ah,
So
that
yeah,
was my foot,
Protec,
you
while you were gone,
bastard.
while
Didn't hit your
Andreas
foot.
and Alamos are having the little conversation / argument,
If-
you guys get the trident to look really nicely and fixed up and
Okay.
back to fairly normal. The Goliath is a little confused as to the bracelet.
Right.
As to what to do with it because
While we're hammering on it, I'll explain what it used to be.
in which case you guys are hammering on everything and it's like so useful to jewelry.
Basically, yeah.
Well, maybe you can find someone to restore the magic besides,
Mm-hmm. That is the hope eventually, but
simple return is a fairly simple magics, I think. You just need to repair, repair, and then he stops, repairing.
So,
Repair.
out of question.
You
this
need a
is something-
repairing.
Yeah.
that's
out
Protec's
of-
understanding of it as well.
What's
I
up,
have a
guys?
question out of character for that once they're done, Tim.
Okay.
It's been a thought, and this actually kind of brings it up, so it's just an
Okay.
out of question
What's that?
character thing. So I have the infusion returning what would be the kind of like it's an infusion, so
Mhm.
usually with that I can infuse the item um and then he can like hold it. But my question would be is with the help of like maybe somebody else who understands magic a little bit more, would I be able to use that understanding of the infusion to implement the returning magic back to that item?
Potentially,
Okay. It was something that I've been
because
mulling
the
over and
brace
that yeah.
because the bracelet most likely served as a point for the returning to come back to. Think about it as in like magnets. Even if
Yeah.
someone has returning on like a dagger, it's not necessarily the dagger that's infused. It's also like a glove or like maybe a ring or something like that, so it knows to go back to that hand. Um, it works similarly to like Thor and calling Mjolnir. It doesn't matter which hand he calls out, but the action of the magic is holding out the hand, and the hammer returns to that hand.
Yeah.
You know, if he calls it with his left, he can't like swipe it with his right because it's going to try to find the left hand because that's the one that called it.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I said, it was just something I've been mulling over because but now that Johnny has actually brought it up is like wanting to maybe one day bring that. It's like, well, maybe the
so all you
DM
would
might work with us, Johnny.
all that you yeah all that would have to happen is to put return on the bracelet and connect it to the trident so the trident knows where to go back to because it always snaps back to the hand that's wearing the bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only thing is with the way infusions work is that for artificers in the ruling at least, um, if I use an infusion slot for something else, it takes off the last like used one, so it like rotates through them. So what
Mm-hmm.
I would be looking at is like trying to keep that infusion on the equipment forever, like basically turning it back into its magical item that it was
You
without
would probably need a lot of arcana rolls and probably several people to do this.
and we know somebody over in Bruxus who might be able to help us.
Yep.
Potentially, yeah.
So we might be able to get your returning trident working again.
Return it to its former state.
Yep.
But yeah, so also then for at Andreas's feet as a weapon was thrown at him and he shrieked and jumped into the sky and made Alamos crackle up is a scimitar.
But also, ow, fucker.
I mean, he didn't
You
actually
could've
hit
just
you. He just threw it at your feet, and you
Oh.
just happened to
You
fail
got
the.
startled.
You got startled by it, hence
Hurt
the
my-
Constitution check.
The ow is more of a hurt of his pride.
Right.
You could have just handed it to me instead of tossing it at my feet.
So you
What
know
if
that-
it pierced my foot?
He shrugs and my shot, my rules.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, somebody threw a loaded gun at him earlier today, and I
kind
kind of understand that to be a bit out of character.
It's like, oh, so this crew throws weapons. Okay, throw.
Yep.
Which is why after the musket got thrown, the ammunition got thrown, the scimitar got thrown, but because Protec handed
Hmm.
the weapon, he got it handed nicely
Handed
back.
But he never handed anything to.
He just
Fuck.
assumed with you.
you
You came in
Wow.
demanding
Fair.
something, so he just assumed.
you came in demanding something and then started arguing with Alamos. So he was
Yeah.
he put you guys in the same
Same bucket.
departmental. Yep.
Oh, these are all the same group. This is the way they act.
Mm-hmm.
But they
But
go,
as you
yes.
guys are also sitting there hanging out too, at some point he starts putting out his fire and puts on his cloak again and kind of cleans himself up a little bit and Okay, now I'll go get drink, and just walks right past you guys out the blacksmith,
Get drunk.
where he
Yeah,
goes.
it's
into the
drink getting
tavern.
time.
Yep.
Almost just when he leaves, Almost just points at Andrews and starts laughing again.
But as you guys are all coming out of the blacksmith's shop, heading back, is probably around the time that Kathos kicks in the door. We got a problem.
Kind of speeds up a little bit, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I imagine I was pretty audible.
Mhm.
And literally
I
just
wasn't
straight
trying
up
to be
goes,
subtle.
what the fuck?
And then I'll give a cliff notes of, yes, found the grave. Pretty sure it's probably the Lich's grave that might or might not have been dug out by Xenocrates. Except the fact that there is a large, almost monstrous version of onyx in that cemetery, potentially. Don't know if it's just a regular lizard folk with armor, but pretty sure based off of her, and I'll point a live, her mental picture from it and my mental picture from it, there's too many similarities. So we think it might be Malice, but using the form of onyx. It's large. Don't know if it's gonna head this way or not, but I wasn't exactly stealthy upon leaving because Bird Brain said
Let's
nope.
say Cassandra starts freaking out. Do we know? Okay, you said you don't know if it's coming here. Ah, crap. What about the people?
I would say we get.
Well,
I'll look at
put them into a safe space.
Crossus and I'll look at Sandra and just be like, I mean, what's the easiest to defend building in town?
I mean, we could also just like meet it before it even gets here.
Oh no, that's my
Mhm.
plan, but I'd rather still warn the town before we.
Or
Well, yeah,
go
Thessalar
after
could
it.
just poof it again.
That's a lot of magic. I'd rather use him for the fight.
That is part of the
Take-
fight.
Take Malice out of the question, out of the equation, just completely.
Yeah, I mean,
we could
I'm
run.
just-
I feel like
I'm
running too. I'm always
pretty
down for running.
sure that the people of Bruxus, when a town reappeared, would be very inclined to investigate.
Wait, question, Crosses. When you said we could also run, was that in character or just word vomiting?
No, that
my
was out of character.
so
That was out of character.
Kaitos,
Always. No, it was in. It was in.
Oh, it's in. You just get a
Kaitos is gonna
side death
voice.
glare from Alamos.
He
The dirtiest
So-
murder I've ever received.
The one constant we have is Thessalar
Self-preservation.
goes somewhere, and Malice shows up. We went and found those bodies, and then this creature showed up. Thessalar uses his magic to transport the town. Malice just shows up wherever we show up at the town.
But
But,
we could also...
Malice isn't teleporty sprite anymore.
No, he's not.
How did he get in the graveyard then?
He probably walked there.
How did you guys get to the graveyard?
We
I believe
flew.
magic.
I was a bird.
Well, the teleportation circle first.
The
Mhm.
elevator. So was he following us this entire time just to find this town again?
Or he's been wandering. So here's the thing, though, is we don't know what happened to him after the fight at the very beginning when we entered into the forest. He could have just been wandering around, and it's a possibility that it's just a coincidence that we've popped up in the area and he's also found the area roughly about the same time.
Now, you
Probably.
guys have been here almost 2 days in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's true.
But he's been wandering around for a while in the
So his
forest.
plan, teleport the town while we stay and fight? Or do we all teleport and get out of here?
I mean,
We gotta
we
deal with
could
him at some point.
probably.
Teslar mentions if you guys stay and the town gets teleported, he won't have the ability to
power to
come
come
back
back.
and bring defenses.
So how long would it take for him to get to do the magic? And the question is we don't know. I guess for right now, like we've spent a good how long has it been since we've shown up now? To tell people this since we were over at the graveyard,
10 minutes,
roughly time
maybe?
frame.
Uh,
An hour?
maybe like half an hour, maybe.
Half an hour. And you said
And
it
it
For you
takes a
takes
guys to
couple
come
hours.
back
a
and
couple of hours
yeah,
to.
to walk it.
So if he's was depending on process is like literally thinking he's trying to figure out like how long do we have like because if basically if this dude malice if this is malice slash onyx we were not stealthy in leaving, he would have seen the direction that we would have headed,
Mm-hmm.
which means that he is heading this way, yes, but he's on foot where we were on birds. So we've probably maybe got about an hour's left of time. Um, so how long would the ritual take for you to basically teleport this town back over to where it was?
I would need 10 minutes to prepare.
That's enough time to
So
get ascending to Drogue.
enough time for that. I will go scout and try to see if I can spot Onyx in the pathways of and even if Liv wants to join in as an eagle,
Um,
we could try to scout outward to see if we could spot him. And yeah, I mean, we could
I would,
try to teleport
yeah,
to town with all of us here and just go
you
bye
guys
bye.
go scout. I'll message Drogue and just more or less be like, make sure that section of town is empty. Because I assume, and I'll look at this later, but like, you're gonna just swap the two, right? Get rid of the image that's there and put this in its place.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do ascending to Drogue. Uh, it's more or less along the lines of coming in hot. Make sure destroyed section of town is empty of anyone.
You have 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
We,
yeah.
yeah, or how fast can you ensure that we don't have a lot of time? Because I want to see how fast Drogue can make sure that section's empty first. Because that'll
I mean, it was
affect when
relatively
he
empty
starts this.
when we were there,
Right.
right, Tim?
But
Like there
who
wasn't
knows
Mostly
if they
really.
have
undead.
patrols going through there or
I mean, facts, fair.
something like that. That's what I want to make sure is there's like nobody in that section.
All right. So you send out that message.
Yep.
You get a fairly quick reply. Saying 10 minutes is more than enough. I'll make sure that's clear.
Okay. So we're clear to do this whenever we need to.
So at least I Crosses can scout.
You
I
wait.
would as well. I can
I
help. Well.
I'll look at Cassandra and be like, we gotta make sure everybody gets into town before we leave too.
Yeah.
You said the Leonin's kids go off and explore and shit like that. What time of day is it at this point, Tim?
Middle afternoon.
Okay. So yeah, I'll look at Cassandra and be like, we need to spread the word in town and have everybody in town. Unless I'll look at Thessalar and be like, unless it doesn't matter whether or not they're in town. I mean, I assume it does.
Yeah. I would assume so too.
I will speak to
Jack's
their
just
father
let of.
and go look.
Hmm?
I will speak
I'm
to
gonna
their
say
father
Jax just
and
kind
go
of
look
pops
for
up
them.
and like, yeah, Jax just kind of asks wildly as Alamo starts wandering away. Like, yeah, how does he call his kids when he needs them?
That's true. I'll pop over to him. Be like, "Your kids gotta get back in town. We gotta go. Big danger coming. How do you get your kids back?"
Well, as you start wandering, Alamo seems to have started heading off ahead. You kind of follow up behind suit as Cassandra
Yeah.
steps out into the over by the well, which seems to be like the center of town, and starts calling for people
Right.
to.
I assume Crosses and Liv are going and scouting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Thessalar, just to kind of start, he goes over to the well and starts preparing a area for his magic. So he starts just sitting there calmly channeling. One of the farmers brings out like this bell as Cassandra is calling for people and starts ringing it to kind of like get everyone's attention, and slowly people from the different areas of the town start coming forward, investigating like what's going on.
Out on myself, so that helps. So I give myself.
You guys make it to the fisherman.
Owl's wisdom.
What do you say to him?
Okay.
Kind of just goes hang on, not gonna do well, but there's a lot of talking this one. Just kind of goes off and like almost very like the diplomat kind of energy is kind of coming out, like we're evacuating to middle of town.
No, we need everybody in town.
Yeah,
You don't want
we
to
need everyone.
evacuate.
Well, everyone's gathering in the middle of town. Fuck off. I'm just saying. Almost just describing what's being seen. Everyone's just going to the middle of town. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, my friend mentioned you have kids who wander off. Where are they? Or how can we find them?
They're near. They're just out and about. I'm sure if you give them a startle, they'll come running.
Do they have somewhere they like to go in specific, or
What Kythos will just ask, what direction?
South over the bridge.
Kythos will wander down, like, we'll just take off that direction.
I
does not
used to
need-
be able to call from here, but I don't have the lung power anymore.
Names.
I could give it a
Do
try.
you use names or you just shout?
He kind of like gives Kythos that look like shout.
Got it.
I don't
So
shout.
just go on. Just Kythos takes off basically that direction, gets over the bridge, more or less. And just, well, I'll use the daunting roar, I guess, is the best. Whatever it is. Technically, it's got only like a 10-foot, whatever the fuck, but the effect
I'm
is just
assuming
being
Alamo
loud as
says
fuck.
follow to kind of be like, I need to see this.
Like, guys, this is like, I remember how I got called in when I was little from shenaniganizing. Let's just do that. So, yeah, basically crosses that bridge and then just shits. It's like giant fucking roar. Like, Kaithos' speech is always kind of gravelly, that low, like growliness.
Like,
But this is I am
you
shouting
rip
it
out
full.
this massive lion's roar that just starts like echoing through the valley, and even based on the fact of everything's like hills and you guys are down in a valley, it doesn't take much for it to like ping off the other hills, and now you can kind of hear it echoing throughout the entire town.
I'll just look at Alamos and be like, that should do it.
What you don't see is the fisherman's got like this like quirky smile, like yes, okay. But it doesn't take more than maybe like 2 or 3 minutes do you see 2 creatures running up the pathway.
Do I get
they
that
look
you're
like
not my dad? What the fuck? Right.
Yeah, they come running up, and then they kind of like come to a halt, and they just kind of stare at you. Like they're small in comparison, but probably like
Oh, they're like
teenage.
kids? Okay, yeah.
They're like teenage.
We're leaving. Get in the town.
Your father's waiting for you.
Your dad sent me. Move your butts. just like
So they hesitate for a minute, but because of the daunting roar,
kind of
they're just kind of like, yes, sir. And they just start running past you like, yep, we got it, we're good, we're here.
Sweet.
You know,
Trash bag. Look at
they
Alamo,
come
be
zooming
like,
into town and kind of like cutting
Yep.
through the buildings and runs into Dad in the town. They're all like, Daddy, 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 Daddy.
who the fuck is this
Oh.
man?
Man yelled at us. No,
Yeah.
Who the fuck's the scary guy?
Yeah,
Almost
no,
just-
they do kind of, as you guys like follow back, you know, it's like, who the hell is that? And Dad, you know, the fisherman's just kind of like, well, you came when called, so it doesn't fucking matter, does it?
while going back, Alamos just goes,
Very well done.
You grumpy
Yeah,
fuck.
it's been a
Yeah. Yeah,
What was
Kythos
that?
doesn't use
What
the
was the
roar
second half
very
of that?
often.
no, he does not.
He doesn't. I think I used it once, and that was to scare Liv. Or no, it was used to scare Lynn and Andreas.
Yeah.
They're both like an inch from death and came back into the fighting room. I was just,
Yeah,
I
and you
just
daunted
saved you.
roar
Get
them
out.
to go the fuck away, and they went running.
Yeah.
Need an aspirin after that one, old man.
Yeah, everyone starts slowly making into town. Liv, did you go with Crossus to kind of
Yes, I
go
did.
scout around? Okay. So you two go running off.
Yep. That's up top.
Honestly, anybody from the town in like whatever radius you decide to probably heard that. So if there were other people out, they'd be like,
So yeah,
what the
you guys are flying around, going up the path. You know that you're still able to see the town behind you, but it's kind of like down the hill. But as you kind of like cliff that side on the far end of the trail, you see this fucking hulking creature, slow moving,
What the fuck?
dragging this
There's a reason
what
Kythos
what
went,
looks to
"No,
be
take it."
modified looks like a guillotine on a stick.
Oh, hell no. This motherfucker about to play judge, jury, and executioner with our lives.
But it's like it's got it in its hand, but like the tip of the blade is like dragging into the ground and just making this trail behind it. Mhm.
Could be somewhat heavy at least, but yeah. And how far are we out from the town itself? You said. Again, sorry.
You guys are about, well, flying wise, not very far. Walking wise, probably 30 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, they've got about exactly 30 minutes, even with him just lumbering down this trail. Because he's about 60 feet away.
Mhm.
So, I tell Liv to go back, since she can fly faster than me, to warn them that he obviously is coming, and we've got about 30 minutes left.
She just basically does what's told instead of flying straight, she like does a what is it they pull up in the airplanes and you do it backwards, upside down for a second, then flip to
Barrel
the
roll kind of thing,
Oh yeah.
or like a flip barrel roll kind of thing.
yeah. Just
Zero.
flip back and then head back.
All right, so you start
Yep.
heading back. Crosses, do you do anything else well after telling them to do that?
That is actually what I am just trying
I
to figure
do.
out if there's something. Trying to figure out if I have.
I mean,
something
if you
I can-
two took off, how long did it take you to get there?
It took
'Cause
them
it-
only a couple minutes.
So we're kind
Yeah,
we're kind of running
I
out
mean,
of time.
So more than likely, Kaitos did the mind linky stuff
Okay.
with Crosses just to like keep a link between us and them to an extent. And that lasts 12 minutes. And it's a 4-mile
Okay.
range. So I don't know
Okay.
if he's still in range or not.
Still within range. Yeah, you
Okay,
probably
so yeah.
heard the telling Liv to go back. You know, go back,
So
let
yeah,
them know.
Crosses just gets a reminder like, so we're still late. What's up?
I mean, I give this the mental image of the creature lumbering down.
Could that be him?
And I'm trying to think of something. I don't think I have anything. I think it's
Got
just probably
anything to
right that I
slow
get
him
the fuck
down?
out. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something to slow him down, but
How far out are you? For Kaitos' know-how. How far? You said a couple minutes, Tim?
Couple minutes
Yeah.
flying, yeah.
Couple minutes flying, so if Liv's I'll mental link to Crosses and be like, if Liv's coming back, I'll hitch a ride with Liv out there and see if I can try something that might hold him for a hot sec.
well, I just actually hold. Where are we sitting at on the ritual? Because we've got about 30 minutes left before he's on the town itself.
The ritual's already been started.
So
So
how
maybe
long
just
until
come
it's
back and let's get the fuck
complete?
out.
I was gonna say,
You
how long
probably
do
got
we have until it's complete?
like 4 or 5 minutes, though.
You
All right,
should
I get the
come out.
fuck
Yeah,
back.
get
I
back.
just come back. Yeah.
Like Kaitos is gonna be more or less Kaitos gonna be on the edge of town where the creature would be coming from, basically, Tim. Like still in the
Okay.
boundaries, so when the thing goes off, I go with. But like I'm
So
on the
Liv
edge of
comes.
that, watching
Yeah,
for him.
so Liv comes flying back. You are like on the far edge of town, up the road, waiting for Crosses to come back.
Yeah.
Who you can just see is, because it's more of like a downhill, you kind of get that gliding effect. As you're just trying to like get back. Eyes
Yeah.
fucking wide as like, oh, I saw it.
And Kaitos is just nodding and just like, that's why you told me it was just
I'm not level
dope.
20 yet.
Kaitos is just like, this is why Eagle Me was just like, nah, I ain't deal with that.
I don't have fireball yet.
I do, and that's why I am sitting here in case, like, the estimate was half an hour, yes, but I don't know if it still has magical capabilities similar to
the worst part
spirit.
is like, yeah, the worst part is like, if I had gone further into Artificer, like out of character stating this, if I gone further into Artificer at some point, I would have had Wall of Fire along with you. I would just been like, oh, let's just do a wall of
Just a
fire
wall-
around him.
No, just a wall of nope. Yeah, but yeah, Kaitos is waiting here because I don't know how much magic this formation still has. So I am more or less here to like, if it gets close, the ritual still hasn't gone off yet. Fire off something high level to like slow it down.
And so yeah, everyone starts getting in close. Some people start like holding on to each other because they're all like, all right, we don't want to like we don't want to lose anybody.
It's the whole town, right? Are we taking
Yep.
just the people or the whole
town.
city?
Nope, the whole
Like
town.
buildings and all, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm on the edge of whatever that is, Tim. So that I'll go to.
So cool.
And so
Make sure I'm aligned with. Like,
there's this growing energy around the well where Thessalar is that's making some people like step back. Sandra kind of wanders over to like the tavern, and there's like a posted sign, and she starts like holding on to it, like, I don't know what's about to happen.
Nobody does. I'm just waiting to see
Nobody.
if the big motherfucker comes over the hill and looks like he's gonna cause us problems, so I can cast. I don't know, mental.
And so yeah,
I-
Crosses comes zooming past you. You're slowly like taking steps back as you know you're just trying to brace yourself, and it doesn't take long for you to see the fucker crest over that hill.
Ooh, how
He's
far away is
still
he from me right now?
he still
Okay.
weighs up about 30 minutes walking. He's about several
Oh,
hundred
okay.
feet easily.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he
if
crests that hill, and you can just see this is a big motherfucker.
yeah, Kaithos is just sitting here like shaking his head like if he gets for whatever reason within 120 feet of Kaithos, I'm using distance spell and I'm gonna try and mental prison him.
Mm.
More or less. I will attempt the big 6 level.
Nope, as
If
you
my
guys
team-
are well within, but slowly just like backing up with everything, you hear Theslar shouting, "Okay, here we go." And there's just this massive pool of like energy and magic that's
I'm
just
gonna sit down. Just
you can
like,
see this
I don't
you
wanna
can
land
see
in a
this
weird way.
like green light around where Theslar is slowly grow in size, and it gets bigger and
I wanna do a
bigger
thing.
until
You wanna do a thing? What are you doing?
Yes. Pay for 3 pints for the other Goliath and tell him to drink fast because it'll help with the teleportation process.
it looks at you like you're fucking crazy for a few seconds, but then downs him.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like, just do it.
This entire time, Alamos is just kind of going from people to people.
So this
kind of,
bubble,
like,
wait,
calming
this
them.
bubble is still growing? If the bubble seems like it's slowing down and not growing. we're in
Nope,
the bubble,
it's
right?
No, it's growing.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, you
Seeing
guys
the
are full
wall
in
of
the
magic
bubble, but
pass.
it's like yeah, well, it's not just like the wall. It like you see how it's encompassing
If
the
it
entire
gets
town.
like I am finding the edge of this bubble, and basically if he gets within 120 feet of the bubble, I'm gonna try to mental
Oh,
prison him to keep
it
him
won't let
from
me
getting
make it
in the
any
bubble.
bigger because it's hit the edges of the map.
He's
I think that
not
pretty much
in the
covers
bubble,
the
right?
it covers the map.
Yeah, it covers
Yeah.
the whole town. Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't cover him. Does it cover the monster or no?
Nope. He's well out of it. It comes
Good,
just
okay.
to like just to the edge of like, you know, you can see where like even like up in this upper left hand corner. Oh, okay, well I can't really do that.
Yeah.
Where you got the dirt and then it goes into the tree line. Like you can see that like proverbial
It's covering
line where the
everything.
town had
Yeah.
plopped. So yeah, you see this aura grow out and almost like completely encompasses the town, and Theslar's just sitting there holding it, you know, his jacket and shit, his hat's flown off somewhere. You know, it's just almost windy right where he's at. And then
Yep.
as he's like, all right, hold on.
I sit down on
Just
the ground, yeah.
darkness.
Just like just to make
Just
the landing nice
absolute
when we get there.
Yep.
Darkness. All green.
Yep, just absolute darkness.
Only Alamos is.
Why am I the only one on the map?
Oh, wait, I
I'm
can
still
only
on the
see
map,
me.
sorry, though.
Are you? I
You
can
can
only
only
see
see-
myself
Oh,
too.
we can only see
Yeah, it's fine.
I love
And
this. I love this
after-
aura of mint.
I got right.
Mint
That
juice.
was
I
like
cast mint
it's all
cloud.
leafy.
It's a
It's
real
all
minty
leafy.
aura.
I mean, he had to choose something green, so you know.
Someone cracked open like 20 cans of Axe body spray. That's
Oh.
what the mist
Oh.
is.
Ew.
That
And
would've
it
killed- that would
snaps
just
back,
kill us.
and the only thing that looks like had changed was it almost
Oh,
like
God,
in
my
a
eyes.
super speedy. Like you don't really feel the movement. It's just everything just outside the bubble seems to shift. So it goes from woodlands and plains and the hills and kind of in the valley, and all of a sudden it just kind of like rapidly spinning shifts, and now there's large ass city, big old open water, the farmlands that once existed kind of thing. And it's just like boom, you guys have now landed back at Bruxis, and just outside the bubble too, there what seems to be Drogue, Loheim, like in a whole line of soldiers that are just lining off that perimeter. And you guys just
Where are they at?
I look at.
Are they like near where me and Kaitos are at? Yeah.
They are kind of like up the hill a bit from where, but it's not a hill anymore. It's it
I no longer see a
reconnected back to
monster.
the city.
I see Drog and
Yeah, in the same direction that you guys were looking to make sure that the monster doesn't come any further. All of a sudden, there's this line of soldiers. You see Drogue, you see Loheim, and behind them is just this cityscape of Bruxis again.
I'm just gonna look at Crosses and just be like, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, or we're back in Kansas. I'm still determining things.
Crosses is like, well, this is a first for me, teleporting, trying to helping teleport a city.
And some of the people end up like some of the people end up falling over as they as it lands, and because the whole disorientated. Some of them are like, whoa, it's kind of weird. And of course the drunkards in the tavern like, did it go? Did it go? Like, you guys don't feel
like, what
anything. Yeah.
They're used to the wobbliness.
You kind of hear Loheim shout down a little bit like, is it you? Is this real?
Listen,
That's trippy.
I can barely answer that question on a regular day.
Crosses yells back, he's like, we have brought a gift.
I can't believe that actually worked.
As real as the pain in my backside.
And for everybody else in the town, you see Theslar's like frozen as everything lands back into place. And then he just kind of goes, okay, that was fun. And then just yeah, he goes completely
Anybody
just
catch
falls over prone. No one's close enough, ironically.
That
He
sucks.
just freaked out about, scared of what he was doing. Everybody backed up. So when all of a sudden he's like, all right, cool, we've landed. All right.
Oh, buddy.
He's just completely
I'll
chaotic.
check volunteer. Back to Drogue and Loheim and be like, seeing as you're not a giant lizard monstrosity, I'd say it worked. Oh god.
And even though
there's no place like home.
And even though it is kind of earlier than normal, this is probably a great spot to stop for this time, as you guys have managed to bring the entire fucking town back.
Kaitos probably like strolls back to the Goliaths. It's like, Protec, you got the good shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the first thing everybody does. Nobody goes and runs out and like meets everybody. Everyone slowly goes back into the tavern. And
I'll pick up Hessler and pull him back.
I'll be the smart one. I'll be the smart one.
The bartender's the bartender's holding onto the bar top like he felt a shift, and you guys start walking into the bar, and he's like, "Did it work?"
Yep. Back
and
to
you
the
guys
Winchester
just kind of going, "Yep." And you guys are like, "I need whatever the fuck you guys are drinking."
I'll look at the bartender and just be like, "Well, seeing as the giant lizard monstrosity got replaced by Drogue and Loheim, I'd say it did. What's the strongest drink you
have?" He's like, hold on. So like the barkeeper's like, "So we're back. We're back and okay. I didn't think you guys, fuck this." And he pulls out from underneath the thing this really nice ornate barrel.
Ooh.
And he just starts going, all right, I need goblets, I need steins, we are drinking this right here, right now. And even he pours himself a drink as he sloshes it back. And starts handing out this really fucking good, like, aged dark ale kind of thing. And
if it's the really if it's aged worked on ale, I will appreciate it and not down it immediately.
Oh yeah, no. This is like what he would consider his prime stock.
Oh no, I will thoroughly appreciate it.
While
Yeah.
they're celebrating, Crosses being the logical one, will actually meet with Drogue and them and regale them on the adventures and stories that
The
happened.
cliff notes from that. I
And
figured.
Loheim's sitting there like wide-eyed because he's like, you go up to them and they're just like, okay, we're back. And Drogue's just like, holy crap, all these people we thought were dead are back. And he's a little like reserved because he's like looking to try to see if he can see somebody in particular.
Right.
But at that moment he can't, so he's just hanging out. Loheim's like, I know you guys said you were bringing the town back, but watching this thing like fade out into nothing and then all of a sudden, poof, there's a town. Was really fucking trippy.
Wait,
Do
was
I see
Drogue?
Loheim like trying to look for Essandra?
Loheim does not.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying
Okay.
to
Well, I
remember.
tell him.
Wait.
The one person that you
Lysander, sorry,
don't
Lysander.
see is Lysander. You don't see Lysander or Abra.
Was
Okay.
Lysander? Wait.
Bruxus,
Was Lysander the
Drogue, and
one with Essandra, or was Drogue the one with Essandra?
No,
Lysander.
Lysander was the one that was with Essandra and blames Drogue for not protecting her during the battle.
So I will at the
but
very
Drogue
least.
was also, but Drogue being the king more or less was the fight between Drogue and Lysander was because Lysander hoped that Drogue being the tank would protect the weaker ones while everyone else was fighting, but Drogue was like, I had a whole town to protect. She is capable enough to defend herself. If she lost her life, she lost her life. And so that's why the two of them are feuding.
I will state this: when I went back to go into the tavern, like I scooped up Thessalar first of all, because I'm going to bring him in the building and put him in a chair. But I will say to Essandra, just be like, both Drogue and Lysander are in Bruxus. There's some bad blood between the two. Lysander had a dark period, but is better now, but probably feels a fuck ton of guilt. So do with that what you will. And just like carry Thessalar into the tavern.
Thessalars kind of have a weekend at Bernie's feel because he looks like a fucking corpse, even though he's just alive and well. He's just completely unconscious.
Should we call for Abradin to see to him?
I think he just needs a really good nap.
Or a really strong drink.
He's alive. Like, I checked the pulse. Just like, he's got a pulse. He's breathing. He's
we will piece all this together the next time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys make contact. You guys get there. The rest of y'all get fucking drunk. Because holy hell, that was chaos.
Yep.
And then Crassus, I believe you're the one that was still carrying the map of the area.
Yes.
The more or less the distance traveled is. Can I find it? Did I make it? My map.
I mean, if
I was referencing that map earlier because I was trying to.
So let's go to D&D chat because I can drop in what you guys know.
Recent one though.
Also, is Loheim out though?
Loheim is up there, yes.
Yeah.
Almost is kind of.
Yeah, Loheim's up there. Abra's.
Drogue and
Lysander or not.
Yeah.
So essentially, where you guys were is that south town.
Yeah.
On that map, and
red like south town.
everything in that like brown area was the jungle.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And you guys and the cemetery being actually really fucking close to the town, probably in the distance from the town to like the tower.
Mm-hmm.
In that middle
and
area.
then, yep. and you guys just teleported part of that town to the big old castle
Right.
over
Yeah.
there. And so there,
Fucking
you guys
hate
like just teleported like several weeks worth of,
Yeah.
if not over a month of travel for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. We took weeks and weeks to fucking get there, and then just got back in the blink of an eye. Fucking teleporting. Like,
Yep.
Almost is gonna
Timey-wimey
kind of.
I
magical
made a
bullshit.
conscious choice not to pick up teleportation circle because Timmy said it didn't work the same way in this world. I was
Yep,
like, let's
but we
just not deal
will.
with that.
But we will pick this up next time.
Let's do one
Yep.
thing.
What's up?
So when everyone's just getting like fucking shit faced, honestly doesn't drink, just kind of go outside. See Loheims there, kind of do like a bit of a sprint up, stop, and then it's kind of like awkwardly going from like handshake to like you kind of know that awkward, you don't know what to do, and then just settles for like an awkward hug.
Mm. Kind of like, hi. Oh, no, hi.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
okay. Do I shake hand? Do I hug? And just fuck it. Come here.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, next
Cool.
week we get to deal with
Next week.
the
Yep.
emotional fallout for what we just did.
So with
We
that,
brought
we will
somebody who's
say
to
goodbye
Bye.
to Kickin' YouTube, and we'll pick this up a couple of weeks from now, and I'll get it posted on when, and there may or may not be some schedule hiccups along the way, because as we are getting to the end of November and into December, I know, what was it posted? Perma, you said that you were going to be.
Yeah. Gone.
13th, so next
Uh,
Monday through
The 30th. That's what he
something.
said.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be here for
Yep.
Monday's campaign.
But then
And
you'll be
then
out.
after, I'll be out of commission for a while.
Yeah. So, and with Thanksgiving
the
being the
25th,
weekend of
yeah.
the 23rd, 24th, and 25th,
Yeah.
there might be a chance that the next time we play isn't until December 9th.
Oh God.
If we
Potentially.
skip that
Depending
chunk.
on what weekends work.
Yes, depending on how
Because-
weekends work. So for now, we'll still plan it for the 25th and see what happens with people's Thanksgiving plans and whatnot.
Yeah, I probably
But if we
won't
end up,
be able to attend because I definitely know that week I will definitely be having some Thanksgiving stuff going on.
okay,
and
well,
I
if you
don't know
know
if I'm
you
gonna-
can't attend and we know Perma's out, we'll probably just say let's push it to December 9th.
At least.
Damn.
It is a bit of a, it is a big of a chunk, but
Either
that's the
9th or
holidays
the
for you.
2nd.
Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we can try doing 2 back-to-back ones. I know Church
Yeah,
was
I know.
saying that he has things
Got
going
it,
on
yeah.
our off weeks.
Mm,
Yeah,
But
he's got
if
his
he's
other
the only
gig.
one who can't attend, we could probably push it and do the 2nd and the 9th and then skip it to the 23rd, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get absconded to central/northern Wisconsin for that weekend, so
Yeah.
who the fuck
Um,
knows? More than
So
likely,
do we want to
yes.
just,
So
let's plan for the 2nd for now?
Yeah, tentative.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tentative 2nd, and then go from there?
because I know I have nothing going on for the 2nd. So and then
Okay.
Neither do I.
I'm not sure. It
I
depends on
don't
the
know
drive
where my
back.
wife keeps her. Oh, there it is. Usually she's got
So
her
if
schedule sitting
when I
right in front of
get
me.
more information, I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated.
How is this organized?
well, and if we've got one person who's out, I mean, we can always just play your character, especially if we're just
Yeah.
doing role playing stuff. Like that's not
Mm-hmm.
too hard. Catch you up on story if need be. Unless it's like something big that Tim decides that everyone needs to be involved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
as
if
far
it's
as I
just a couple people talking, I mean, we can still play with a bunch of
Yeah.
people short, kind of thing.
As far as I know,
Yeah.
there's nothing there.
But okay, so tentatively the 2nd. Got it. Cool. All right. Well, you guys, I gotta hop
Yeah.
off and start doing some
Night,
schoolwork myself.
Dick.
So
You gonna end the stream today?
Yep. So yeah, we will end it here and pick it up next time. And I mean, at least having the discussion of the
Yeah.
scheduling on stream is easy to go back and double check it if we forget anything. So
Yeah.
we'll say good night for now, and we'll pick this up next time. And y'all have a good night. Bye.
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 Bye.